And we're here for the first time ever today. We definitely weren't just randomly chatting about nonsense on stream just previously, like literally 3 seconds ago. But so for YouTube in the future, we pretend that we're very professional and that we're always well organized and like we never start with sound off for no reason. We never talk about American Girl dolls and Cabbage Patch Kid dolls for a long, long time, or anything like that. We're definitely on a mission. Hey, we're playing Masks for the first time in a bit. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but I think all of us were feeling like, wait, what is this game again? What happens? How do we play it? It's real simple. It's Master New Generation. Um, you're probably watching it on YouTube right now next to a bunch of other Master New Generation, so you know how it works. Hey, but just in case, let's introduce ourselves, but also focus on where your character's at, like recent developments, because we're never going to go back and catch up someone who's new with like all the stuff. So I usually start with SJ, so I think I'll start with Tough this time.
Okay, cool. Hi, I am 90 Tough Over Tough for Torfor or some other variety nickname. I'm also a variety streamer on Twitch. Officially back streaming. I will be streaming again tomorrow around noon, playing scary games and consuming adult beverages. I am playing Spectre, who's the Scion, aka kind of a villain. She's the daughter of Violet Scepter. She just got back from a vacation because she needed a mental break because everything was bad. So she's feeling a little bit better, kind of starting to accept the world as a little bit more morally gray than maybe she initially thought. And is just, excited to be back with her friends and reforge those bonds that got broken because of misdeeds and trust issues. Go, Mish.
Hi, I'm Misha underscore less than 3 on Twitch or at Misha Weha on Twitter and Tumblr. Let's see, I'm playing Tilly Colifer, or Tilder, as she's known. She is the newborn playbook, which means she's basically a robot. Constructed, I don't think not many people know that it's with alien technology inside. But that's fine. That won't come back to haunt anybody. She's not doing great emotionally, because while Spectre was on a vacation, the rest of the team got sucked into an alternate dimension in the past, and a lot of stuff happened that was very distressing. So let's see. Right now, she's very distraught because she was hacked while in the other dimension, which hadn't happened before. So that was upsetting. They witnessed another hero dying, which is something that they have, as far as Tilder knows, never experienced before. So she's very upset about that. And right now she's kind of appreciative of Resonance, probably because of the comfort that was provided, and is confused by how Deadlock behaved during the incident in another dimension. But they're back home now, so everything's probably fine. Resonance.
Hi, I'm RateGH, and I am here. I made it. Okay. That's my success of the day. I'm proud of myself. I play Resonance, or Lala. Her playbook thing is she's the star. She's a celebrity singer and has powers to control electricity and sound. Probably still also not feeling great after the last adventure. It was quite a lot. There was a kid with a remote that, sent us places and paused us, and that was a bit weird. So yeah, probably a bit exhausted from everything that's going on. So Zodi.
Hi, I'm the original Zodi. I am currently off camera because of sleep issues. They're fun. And I'm a hot train wreck of a mess. I play Fade, who was originally known as Paradigm. She is the soldier playbook coming off of the Harbinger playbook. She has a cat cafe. Things happened. Stuff got weird. And she's she's trying to pawn off cats on all of her friends, emotional support cats at this point, because let's be honest, every single one of them needs it. She keeps the cat cafe up and going. She works with residents for the social media aspect using in a second. And she is the reason why a lot of this mess is happening. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that cliffhanger there. Y'all can watch it in the other videos. You probably won't, but you can watch it in the other videos. SJ.
So I'm SJ or SJ_sidekick. I am playing Devin Dvorak, who is Deadlock, formerly Impasse. She has the power to mimic other people's superpowers if she's within close enough range. She has tried several times to leave the team and strike out on her own, but for some reason we keep having team-up adventures and she keeps getting dragged back in. Speaking of cats being pawned off on people, she got a cat. We'll just say she's named Nyx. Don't know if I'm gonna, because I guess I took the beacon ability where it's like, come on, Lucky, where you have a little pet companion, but I don't really know how it works, so I don't know if we'll do that or not, because I'm pretty sure it's just, a normal cat, but...
No, it's a super cat.
Okay. Well, I took the beacon thing. I don't know. We'll see how that works. She also got a transfer of money, which she was like, I'm just going to donate it all to charity. I don't need it. And then she found out it was $27 million, and she second-guessed that impulse. It's like, So she just hasn't touched it.
Yeah.
But it's...
And I don't think anyone else knows. I don't think you've told anyone.
No.
Yeah. So you're just sitting on $27 million.
Yeah, it was right at the end of last episode.
Yes, you are a few steps into becoming, I don't know, like Brianna Wayne or something. We'll see. Antisocial. Traumatic backstory. Family issues. A lot of money.
Well, speaking of, because Tilder mentioned she didn't like the way, or was confused by the way Deadlock reacted, because Deadlock's used to, you compartmentalize when traumatic things happen and keep going with the mission, and the adult basically almost let the world end because they froze and were so concerned with one person and let the supervillain get away. So she got a little angry.
Well, and did anything else happen? Not to the team, but to members of the team. Something strange and timey-wimey or simulationist or reality altering.
Oh. I mean, there was that time there was some sort of zombie apocalypse. That was just a weird dream.
It was.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, it definitely was just a weird dream. And like, I was there, Inspector was there, and Resonance was dead. But it was just a dream.
When did
And-
that
So the guy
happen?
over that.
I don't remember being dead.
Well, you didn't have the dream. But
You didn't
Have the dream.
But those of you that had the dream definitely had the dream. And
Who did?
and remember the dream vaguely enough. And I think Tilly,
About me being dead. I hate
I'm
you.
having a bad time, y'all.
you are probably used to running like heuristic algorithms while you're powering up or while you're recharging, right? So some facsimile of the analysis and assimilation of previous experience, and then some like projections as you try to integrate all the vast amount of data that you perceive. Because like any other intelligence, you can't apply equal conscious attention to every data input. So you use your downtime to kind of integrate all that. And your experience last night was different. It was not I would say there was part of your consciousness that was like, but zombies aren't real. I mean, theoretically had a scientific, but it just seemed like this was somehow abnormal in terms of your normal recharge experience. Spectre and Deadlock, however. Deadlock probably awakens feeling slightly guilty for betraying her friends. You're on mute if you're talking, Deadlock.
Oh no, I wasn't talking, but I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it's fine. So anyway, that's all fine.
Or
Where
does
is everyone?
Deadlock feel really good because Deadlock did such a good job fighting all of her friends?
They were easy to take down. This wasn't even a problem.
Right?
One of you got in the bathroom.
Yeah, like I only kind of sort of killed a person. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
For those who don't know, there was a crossover event with the Batquins channel with a couple of different characters from different mass campaigns in what turned out to be a simulation, something, multiverse nonsense, quantum realm stuff. Who knows, right? But yes, I don't think it, as Tuff just said in chat, I don't think anyone expected those actions to come back and have repercussions, but they do. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just playing with you like a bully would. We'll see. Sam. Excuse me. What? It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. Hey, but where is everyone? Seriously though, what's happening?
I have gifts for everybody from my trip around the country, so I got to give everybody their gifts.
Well, how do you bring everyone together?
I mean, we'd probably just be meeting up at base, I would assume.
Okay.
If this is like shortly
We're not a
thereafter.
team. We're not like officially a team again.
We have a base.
I mean, we have a base. We were,
It's
not,
above
it's
the
where
cat
SJ
cafe.
lives. That's where
No,
SJ lives.
No.
no, Deadlock has her own place.
Oh, I get confused.
Yeah, everyone has their own
what?
place.
I can't even remember what my boyfriend's name is right now. I was just
Cody.
Cody.
Don't worry about it.
I can't find it.
Yeah, his name is Cody.
Thank you.
And his superhero name is Home Run.
Yes,
And he
that's
is
true.
toxic masculinity in teenager form.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his mum's that lady from the
American
town hall.
Pie. And she is
Yeah.
also super sus, at least to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she raised
Okay,
him.
cool.
So yeah,
Yes,
it's fine.
true.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
good.
it's been a minute.
Brain
No,
melt.
everyone has their own place. Spectre is staying with Spectre's mom. Tilly is staying with her mom. Residence is staying with her mom, but it's actually her house, so it's more like your mom is staying with you. Fate is staying with her brand new mom and dad.
Gross.
Right. And
She goes home to, sleep and occasionally get field trip permission slip signed. Otherwise, you can find her at the cat cafe.
right. And Deadlock is staying in her little studio apartment.
Is it term time?
Hmm?
Don't we all go to the Parasol Academy?
I mean, you do. You can if you would like.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
we go to
wondering-
school.
I'm just wondering if we meet up because, term's over and Spectre's back and it's like first day of school. I don't know, I just wondered.
We could certainly do first day of school if you'd like. We'll just say that Spectre, your little jaunt around the world happened coincided with the break. And just to remind you, you all have a fair amount of discretion with regard to pursuing superhero. Like you get course credit for doing superhero stuff. And it is the expectation that you are in a superhero team. If you are not, you will be assigned to a superhero team. Yes. So think of that.
Damn it.
And let me know if I need
Really,
to
it's
pull up.
more convenient
Right.
to
Yeah.
hang out with us still.
Right. Let me know if I need to pull up my massive spreadsheet of all the teen superheroes in the world, because I can guarantee you I can pair you up with some real winners. Anyway, it's
What
fine.
house are we in?
So, so,
Cafe?
No,
So-
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, cafe house. Sorry.
so, we'll come back to that. So yes, it is the first day of a new term at Parasol Academy. This is a kind of a Gothic, or actually, now that I think about it, it's probably more Art Deco, but some sort of grand edifice in the heart of Halcyon City. You know that some of the lower levels get to be a bit more Gothic and castle-like, particularly the library that you're so fond of. But this is, it's I think a mini Chrysler building, but with like wings on either side. So kind of chrome, gargoyles, lots of steel and glass, but from the prior century. So it's a little decrepit, and it's very the population of students is very diverse. There is what you would call the mainstream student, and there's a few grades of mainstream students. There's I'd say probably a good at least half the population are people who have like one relatively minor or straightforward power, who are simply here at the school to avoid the sort of accidents and social trauma that can happen when you're a powered kid going to a non-powered school that's not exclusively for powered kids. There's another population which is kind of really truly heroes in training, to which you belong. And then the third population are kids whose powers are either due to their strength or nature really, really dangerous to themselves or to others. So those are kids who are in residence at the school, and you don't often interact with them. This is like the kind of kid whose body turns into uranium, right? So you're either weird or a mega level style powers. So you don't get much chance to deal with them, and because they tend to confine themselves to areas of the campus that have been reinforced, just in case one of their powers goes off in a weird way. But yeah, so what's happening? You're in school. It is at assembly in the morning. Some school administrator, probably an employee of Aegis, is droning on and on about school spirit stuff.
Tilly, do you want to be a teenager?
Yes.
Okay, let's leave.
Isn't that against the rules?
That's what being a teenager is sometimes breaking the rules.
Oh, okay. Do we sneak or just walk?
Just pretend we gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. I will pretend that I need to use the restroom.
Yeah, you just need like an oil change or something, right? That's how that works.
That is not how that works, but I'll do my best.
Okay, great.
We
Okay.
sneak out.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. What move do you think would be appropriate? Are you leveraging powers to do so?
I should use the newborn not from around here because I haven't used that in forever, which is
Oh,
to
there you
act
go.
clueless, goofy, or confused to get out of a sticky, mundane situation, which is boring assembly. And I
100%.
need to use the bathroom for sure.
Which everyone 100% believes because you're a robot. I love it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you make that move?
Oh, am I still all of the conditions that I had from our sad times?
Well, I don't know. How long has it been?
I don't know. How long has it been?
Let's say it hasn't been long.
It hasn't been that long.
Roll a d6.
3.
So remove 3 conditions.
Oh, cool. That's all of them.
Okay, then you're fine.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Something
Probably had a
about
good
that
cry
zombie
sometime.
apocalypse, superhero zombie apocalypse dream gave you something else to worry about other than your sense of guilt
Yeah.
and anger and fear, etc.
Exactly. So that is an 8.
Okay, and what happens on a partial success or just a hit?
On a hit,
Yeah.
you create an opportunity, a distraction, or a plausible excuse.
Okay.
But everyone stares at me. So you shift one of my labels up 1 and down 1.
Ooh, I like that. What label should we shift up? Danger maybe? Because you're doing something kind of rebellious.
Yeah, I'm a
You're
rebel.
sort of confronting authority in your own particular way. Let's do danger up and savior down. Because you're a rule breaker now.
Oh. You're such a good influence factor. as I'm like, oh no, I need to use the bathroom. I'm sorry. And everyone looks at me.
Yeah. And
It's her first time. I need to go with her.
right. So now everyone's like, what happened to them over the
First
summer?
time.
This is super weird. All right. So yes, you are out in the cavernous yet empty halls of the Parasol School.
Great. Tilly, I have so many things for you that I haven't given you yet because they're so amazing.
Mhm.
Let's find just like an empty classroom.
Easy
real
enough.
quick. Cool. I I take off my backpack. I visited Roswell while I was out and about, and so I just dump a whole bunch of like alien trinkets out of the backpack and onto the table. Like little green guy plushies and the UFOs, like just keychains, snow globes, the whole kit and caboodle. Like, there you go, Tilly.
A coaster from the little alien.
Yes. I just want you to know
I hate it so much.
no matter what.
Aw.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did I even bring a backpack? Do I even carry textbooks?
Probably
No,
not.
I don't.
Well, the question is, would you do it just to assimilate, or because you don't really need to carry things, you just absorb them.
Yeah.
You just,
maybe this was the year I brought a backpack with me.
what does your backpack look like?
It was the most popular backpack of the year, which means it. What would be popular?
A plain black Jansport backpack.
Yeah, that.
Really? In
I think
Halcyon
so.
City,
In Halcyon City?
with so many choices.
Yes. The most effective one.
Okay. Fine. Well, the good news is you have new stickers and patches that you can put on your backpack.
Exactly.
Keychains you can dangle.
Yeah, I'll attach a keychain to the backpack. on the
Yeah.
zipper, as per the rules of where keychains go.
All right. Well, what's happening now? Deadlock.
Yeah.
Let's resolve the Nick situation. So,
I don't know if that's possible.
well, I'm just saying, I don't mean like in real life.
I know.
That would be really a terrible thing to resolve that situation. No. So you adopted your sidekick from the Kitty Cat Cafe. And as we have established in fiction, that place was a gathering center for like supervillains in training prior to you guys taking it over. So it is entirely possible that the cat that you adopted was genetically or cybernetically modified. It doesn't have to be. But if this is going to be your animal sidekick, then you are going to have to get permission to bring them to school because they are part of your power set.
Sorry. So I know that they're genetically modified?
Well, you would find out. Is that, you tell me, kind of meta, are they cybernetic? Are they somehow super intelligent? Are they genetically modified? Like what's up with Nyx?
Good question.
Are they another Floofian in disguise? Please don't. They'll eat the world.
No. Maybe try to think of something that would be more relative to Deadlock.
Just combat trained?
Sure, but I don't think Deadlock would know that right off the bat. So she's probably just gotten a bunch of supplies and stuff for a normal cat, and then just goes to school and has no idea that her cat is anything other than a normal cat.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Fade would have made sure she had everything to
Yes.
take care of the cat.
So Nyx is a ninja. Got it. I like it. Cool. Well, where are Deadlock, Resonance, and Fade right now as Tilly and Spectre are reuniting in an empty classroom?
Fade is probably sitting in the assembly with the largest cup of coffee that she can manage. And still probably just kind of like head leaned back, completely unconscious, just listening to the person drone on. She has zero interest in what's happening. Her school spirit will come when, the club's set up, and she can be like, hey guys, let's start a cat club.
What's the situation with your powers?
Secret. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, she is slowly coming back into her original powers. So she's kind of able to hear thoughts again, but she's gotten to a point where she's able to tune things out to a low roar.
Yes.
And it comes and goes. Like it's not a permanent thing, but she hasn't told anybody that the inhibitor patch that she has was messed up.
Yes.
I think her team knows. But when she was in the alternate dimension, the lady that was there, I can't remember her name. By the way, she really wants to go back.
The place was horrible.
Yeah, but you know what? She had a person who gave a shit about her for 5 minutes. And she grew up in horrible. She came from a future where everything was trash. Yeah, so like she bonded really closely with Lila, and Lila helped her to kind of control her powers a little bit.
Yeah.
And coming back, she did not report that her suppression chip was busted or broken or anything. So she's just kind of vibing with a cup of coffee and trying to stay awake in a world that requires teenagers to get up at the ass crack of, oh my god.
Yes. And you have told no one aside from your team that Dr. Darwin gave you a little patch that will inhibit your chip.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
But remember that you do have that. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, you have not been sleeping very well either. But it has not been because of dreams of zombie apocalypse. It's been other dreams. And they are, because I'm going to say that your original harbinger powers are present, but not currently in your control beyond your ability to suppress them, such that he just doesn't know. Yeah, you've been having dreams of people who seem familiar, but that you can't quite place. Like something about them. It's like you should know who they are, but you know that you've never met them.
Right.
And it is definitely in a different time. But that time is the past. The few things you remember from fashion, cars, things like that. It's like any dream that you wake up and it's kind of, you just get a general impression. You are very used to having dreams of the future. But this, in fact, is a dream of the past, which is not. Actually, will you go ahead and give me, I think I would like you to assess the situation.
All right. So that's a
2d6 plus superior.
4d6 plus superior.
Yeah.
Got
As you're
it.
not paying attention in the most recent dream that you had.
And currently dozing.
Yeah. So maybe you're falling
I
a little bit
got-
back into the dream.
I got a 5.
Oh. Well, I'm sure that's perfectly fine.
I'm sure you're full of crap.
Now remember, you still have the ability to ask a single question, even when you fail. Unless you deleted that. I'm going to say you don't really delete abilities in this.
Did I help real?
Oh, you actually did replace them. It's fine. It is the
Right up 4.
I can't remember the name of it. It's not Pierce the Mask. But the question that you may always ask is, what does the future have to say about this?
Okay.
I don't recall which ability that is.
I know it's in the Harbinger book.
Yeah, but I can't remember. Anyway, but I remember the wording is you may always ask this question even on a fail. So you may ask that question if you would like.
That is the 21st century studies.
Yes.
When you assess the situation, you may always ask, what does the future know about this moment,
Yes.
even on a miss?
Yes.
You take a +1 ongoing to act on the answer. So
yes,
yeah,
I just added it back to your sheet.
Okay. She's gonna go ahead and question, what does the future know about this? And possibly trigger a repressed memory.
Yes, in fact. And it's a very personal. So while you don't have full access to your Harbinger abilities, this is something that is familiar to you. And usually you recall in the past, you would ask that question, you would get a vision of what your future was like that was somehow relative to the events that were occurring in the present. In this case, you have a vision of your own life as a child. This is not the first time that you've had dreams of the past. You don't remember exactly what dreams you had as a young child, but you do very clearly remember that the reason that you were part of the experiment you don't remember is because you had dreams of the past. You remember going to some great building, heavily fortified, lots of troops, and and remember being subjected to a battery of tests. And you remember wanting to do good on those tests, and you did do good on those tests. And then there was a lot of training, and then at some point there was an experiment. But the inciting event was that you had dreams of the past. So that's what occurs to you as you're semi-dozing in this assembly. And then you probably come back to yourself at the start, and a little bit of grunt or something like that, and people look at you. Shh. So
when she starts awake and gets shushed, she's gonna kind of like glare at them and go, "You and adopt a cat."
a teacher will come over. We'll say, "Is everything okay over here?"
We
Can I go to the bathroom?
Assembly's over in 15 minutes. Can you hold it?
She's gonna hold up the largest cup of coffee and be like, could you?"
All right, get out of here.
she rolls out as fast as she can.
Okay, cool. What about residents in Deadlock?
Deadlock's probably not paying attention to the assembly and has her like tablet is making her own files based on recent events.
Yes. I would like, actually, yes, I think I would like you to assess the situation.
Okay. Plus superior. Where's my superior? 9.
9 total?
Yeah.
All right. So which questions do you ask?
Oh, jeez.
Or which question do you ask? And if it helps you, I think whatever spidey sense that you have, or combat training, alerts you that something, not so much that there's an immediate like attack or whatever, but like something seems off and you're not quite sure what it is, which leads you to kind of pay more attention to your setting, your surroundings.
Okay, what here is the biggest threat?
You, out of the corner of your eye, this is a big, tall, like double-story room. The wall to your left, as you're facing the stage at the podium, is multiple banks of windows going up. And over in a corner, you see something, you see a window pop open and something very quickly flit inside and up to the rafters into the shadows.
Okay. I'm going to go investigate. So I will probably just try to slink away. If it's possible to like maybe go behind the stands or something to where I can get. There's plenty of soups around that I assume I could just, borrow somebody's powers to get up there.
Yeah, how about unleash your powers?
Invisible or something. Okay.
I'm sure there's someone in class who can be like invisible or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I got a 6. What is unleash powers again?
Freak.
Okay, plus freak. I don't think I have any freak. Oh, 7.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. What condition do you mark?
I guess insecure.
Sure. Well, that makes sense. You go to try to borrow some kids, let's say, invisibility. And You do, and then you like start to get up, and then everyone around you kind of looks, and you look down at yourself, and it's like splotchy invisibility, so you just look like floating bits and pieces of Deadlock. So that
Oh yeah, it didn't work at all.
that well, it attracts some attention, but then because you still achieve
It's Deadlock's mask.
yeah, you know, but
All
you
we see
achieve
is just a floating mask.
right. But you achieve your objective. It's just that it is the effect is somewhat unstable, and so you mutter something about, "Oh, I don't feel so good." It's like you don't look very good. Ew. So that is enough to that the people around you let you pass by, and now you're like under the bleachers or whatever. So good job. Now what do you do?
Probably try to borrow some flight and just silently kind of float up to the rafters to check out what's going on. Because I don't want to cause a panic, because it might just be a bird or something that got in.
So you will be floating bits and pieces of Deadlock flying above everyone's heads.
Oh, so okay, there's no way I can do it out of sight.
It's like one big room, and it's kind of up above. So if it's a big box room, this side is all windows. It's at the far front end. So the creature is now kind of up in a corner. There, you
What
can
about
certainly.
if someone's got like telescopic powers, like eyes like a telescope?
It's true.
Okay, maybe I'll just stay splotchy. And is there a way for me to climb up?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll just climb up.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you can sneak over to the side, kind of behind the stage, and then you've got the curtains behind you, and whether you climb or fly, but there's like a catwalk up there. All right, well, so you stealthily climb up the ladder to the catwalk that kind of overlooks the stage. You see this Aegis official who's just droning on and on and on. You get a look at the student body, most of whom are just kind of like they're paying attention, but not really. There are a few in front who are like nodding at everything and like super teacher's pets. And just as you get up there, you see Fade disappear out the back, holding a giant cup of coffee. But you are not alone. There is a security guard up here. He has not seen you yet because his back is turned. What do you do?
I mean, try to stay out of sight. I don't really know what the layout is, so I don't know if that's possible, if I can go above or stay below or...
So think of it as like spiral staircase that goes up to a catwalk that is like for where you go to access the rigging of the lights and things like that. And then there's basically a kind of square catwalk that runs kind of right just outside the line of the curtains, and then backstage kind of all the way around. And this person is in the corner. Like they're obviously just kind of like making a loop. So you're probably 30 feet from them.
Okay, do I see anything else out of place? Like the thing I'm looking for?
Currently, no. I think your attention is attracted by the person who can get you in trouble for being up here. Like nothing obvious.
I mean, if the thing is in the rafters, can I just keep going up to the actual rafters?
You want to try to climb? Yeah. Unleash your powers.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's plus freak, right? Okay, 7.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, you do climb up, but so there's a lot of like rope wrapped around cleats to hold up like sandbags and backstage stuff. And as you're climbing up, you dislodge a coil of rope. Now, luckily, nothing happens. Like the lights don't fall on the Aegis speaker and kill them. But the coil of rope does fall and hit the catwalk, and the guard turns around, obviously, and notices it and begins to make their way in that direction.
Well, cool. If he's going that way, I'll go the other way.
Yeah. So you get to the point where the guard is heading this way, you're heading that way up on the rafters. And you get to the point where, it's the highest risk. Like the guard is looking around. You have to flatten yourself up into the rafters to avoid being seen. And like maybe the guard kind of starts to look up in that direction. Like maybe they saw some motion or something that shouldn't be there. When a shape darts out of the shadows. And there's just a brief flurry of action and sound. And the guard crumples to the ground quietly.
Do I see where it went?
You're having a hard time tracking it because the figure is very dark and seemingly quite small. And it is very shadowy back here because you're above the lights. So like as you're looking down, you're mostly getting the brightness of the glow of the lit area on stage, which is kind of playing with your ability to detect light. But you do see movement and it leaps in your direction. What do you do?
Dodge it.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a thing that you probably should be able to do. Yeah. Are you dodging it by leveraging? I think you're probably leveraging your combat skills, right?
Right.
So unleash your powers. Seven?
Yeah, can't seem to get above.
All right. Cool. So what condition do you mark?
Jeez. Probably guilty because I didn't save the guard.
Okay. Yes. So you dodge out of the way instinctively. But the temporary unstable part is that you get yourself caught up in some of the electrical wiring that's run up through the rafters, and you like pitch out a little bit. And the wiring is starting to kind of arrest your fall, but you have that moment of, oh no, because like if the wiring unplugs or if it's not enough to hold me, you might go plummeting down. So you start to formulate like, oh, I got to steal someone's flight power or something real quick to stop yourself from falling probably 40 feet and hitting the stage in front of an Aegis official. When a little hand reaches out and clasps onto your uniform, and by hand, I mean claw, your vision resolves, and it's a cat in a ninja costume.
What the?
And it just looks at you. And then pulls you back up so a little bit. It doesn't seem to be like super duper strong or anything like that, but it holds on to you long enough that you can grab on and pull yourself up. And lower yourself back down to the catwalk. And then it leaps down very ninja-like and then begins like butting its head up against your shins and kind of curling in between your legs.
Nice kitty. go check on the guard, make sure the guard's okay.
Yeah, the guard's fine.
Okay.
Based on your knowledge of combat maneuvers, someone attacked them with some advanced martial art and hit a bunch of pressure points and knocked them out. They'll probably have a headache and won't have a clue what happened to them.
Okay, where did you come from?
It will leap up into your arms. And it will crawl up your shoulders and sit on your head.
Okay. I have a cat too. Hopefully that doesn't upset you. Actually, kind of the same fur color.
Same fur color, same eyes.
That seems to always get on my costume.
Yeah.
I might like go to grab the cat.
Playfully bites your hands. But yeah, you can pull off the little ninja hood, and
cool.
it's Nyx.
What the heck, Nyx? How did you? What are you? Are you? Why? Awesome. Okay. What? Okay, this is great, but could also be bad, but it's mostly great. We should get out of here before the guard wakes up. And I'll probably like take off my backpack really quick. Like, can you like chill in the backpack? I'll like leave it partially open, but you have to be quiet.
Oh, as soon as you open the backpack, Nyx is in. Like,
oh, nice.
And digging around. And then the eyes pop out, looking all crazy. And to be clear, aside from the nearly supernatural degree of ninjutsu training this cat has, it is otherwise a normal cat.
Right. Cool. Okay, maybe I can go home during lunch or something.
Cool. So, what happened? You're going to sneak down?
Yeah, I
think we're going to sneak out the backstage door so you don't.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, so Fade has headed out and is walking down a hallway and hears familiar voices coming from an empty classroom.
Follow to those familiar voices.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, Tilly, look at this one. It lights up and like put the lights on like a little UFO, and it's got a little remote control and you can fly it around. It's like a little drone.
And into the classroom.
Cool.
Oh, hey, Fade.
It's okay.
Hi.
Look, Spectre got me these alien toys. These knickknacks, yes?
Yeah.
Tchotchkes.
Yeah, they are something. She's just gonna side eye Spectre.
I am so proud of this. Like, there is not an ounce of regret on my face. This is the best I've ever gotten anyone ever.
I've attached many of them to my backpack. And now you can see
I've been like
every single keychain, anything that can hook onto a zipper has been. So it's basically like a giant pile of alien knickknacks on this very plain backpack.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to figure out how to stitch the patches on without actually having a needle and thread. Like,
Deadlock, you emerge just in time to see Fade walk by a door and then kind of cock her head and then kind of backtrack a little bit, look inside a classroom and enter it.
Okay, obviously, I'm going to go over there and see what she's looking at and what they're doing.
Yes. Cool. Residence, what are you doing?
I'm in the assembly by myself. I am doodling in a book, and I feel weird today. Like I feel like I slept so hard that it was almost like I was dead, which is a weird feeling. And I woke up feeling cold to the bones, which, yeah, very eerie.
Yeah.
So slept really hard, but feel really tired, like I have no energy. So I'm just not really paying attention to anything and just doodling whatever comes into my mind.
Well, and something strikes you about the speaker, this agent from Aegis, who is talking about the responsibility that comes with power, and is very much talking about how you, as the next generation of heroes, you were chosen. You were chosen to receive your powers. You know, whether that be through inheritance or, you know, the intervention of a galactic entity or whatever it happens to be. So it's very much this notion of destiny. And it brings to mind your own hero origin, the way that you acquired your powers. Remind everyone how that happened.
It was a freak accident where I was in sound check for a concert, as I am a child TV star, aka like some pop stars we know in our universe. And yeah, I was doing a concert, and then basically there was an electricity surge through the microphone, and I ended up being able to control electricity and sound.
Yeah. Yeah. And the agent says something like, you know, you aren't here by accident. And then I think that probably is what triggers you. It's like, I'm literally here because of an accident.
Yeah.
And which maybe also plays a little bit into your slightly morose mood. So cool. Deadlock walks in the door. So Fade, like moments after Fade. And before you both, you see just a pile of cutesy alien souvenirs that Spectre has dumped out in front of Tilly.
Fade is since like all four of them are here now, Fade is going to shoot a message to residents.
Okay.
Telling her what classroom that they're all meeting up in.
Oh, is this in the group
Currently.
text?
Yeah,
if it's in the group
be
text, I'll be like,
text.
it'll be, I'll chime and say, we're ditching assembly, and then a bunch of inappropriate emojis.
No, Tilly, we still need to stop using eggplants.
Peach eggplant water splash? What?
A equal sign, equal sign, equal sign.
Right. And indeed, as soon as Deadlock walks in, backpack on back, a little gray head pops up around her, across her shoulder, and then quickly scampers up and stands on her head. Looks at you all curiously.
Fade would recognize this cat, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. She's gonna, hey Nix. Why is Nix?
Oh my god, Devin got a kitty!
You can bring pets to school?
You can bring anything to school if you're smart enough.
Oh, is this rule breaking thing that we're doing? Like right
Probably.
now?
Yeah. Why is your cat
Thumbs
here?
It would appear she followed me here. Look at the cute little costume she has.
It is very cute. Did you make that?
Why?
You did not make it, Deadlock, but as you now have a chance in full light to examine the costume, pieces of it look familiar.
Yeah, I'll probably be like, you look, and then I'm like, wait a second.
Yes,
the
it looks.
living prop totally sells it. I love it so much.
Yes, Nyx got into your closet.
We'll talk about that later. I mean, worth it. It came out great.
Residents, do you join the group once you receive the text message?
Yeah, but I don't like make an excuse like everybody else. I just get up and walk out. And so, like no one pays attention to me because I don't make a thing of it. I'm just like, nah.
Exactly. Super boss move. Like you literally can just leave. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She shambles along.
I mean, yeah.
Just
So,
walk.
yeah. You just walk out the door, and a few people look, and they're like, "Oh, she probably has something to do." So yes, and it's easy enough to find the classroom. So at this point, where Deadlock is examining the costume of Nyx, Residence walks in. So what happens? You have about 15-ish minutes before the assembly is over.
Okay, so aliens and a cat. Is it show and
Yes.
tell?
Oh,
No one told me
Spectre
about
got me these presents from her trip.
Oh,
I'm attaching as many as I can to this backpack.
Yeah.
Fate is
So far, it's 15.
Fate is gonna look Residence over and go, "Are you okay?" And just kind of hold out the extra large half drank coffee. Do you need this?
She doesn't drink coffee, Fade.
Yeah, she might need to start.
I'm like, I'm good.
You sure? You look like death.
Always a good thing to say to someone who doesn't feel well.
Thank you for the compliment. I'm good. Cat?
Yeah.
Isn't it so cute? It's got a little costume and everything. It's freaking adorable.
Yeah, it's a bit
So-
frayed around the edges. It kind of looks like it was scratched together rather than like
Yeah, about that.
with scissors.
Pretty sure there's more to this cat than just a normal cat. Not sure exactly what, but she definitely followed me here and has some moves. We'll have to talk about it later. More
I mean,
secure.
because you don't live
Like
too
keep
close to
that.
school, right? Like, this
No.
is far too far for a cat to.
Well, you're in
Walk.
downtown, so it's not like it's outside the realm of possibility, but it's downtown, so it's very, very busy.
Mhm.
As you're examining the costume, you see something peeking out of like a little pocket, and it's a Suber receipt.
I was about to say, did this cat take public
The
transit
cat
or
took a Suber.
Okay.
How though?
Obviously, there's a flashback scene of the cat
Yes,
making some phone calls,
there we have
waiting
a
on the curb,
Yeah.
sitting in the car.
flashback montage of Deadlock going, "Okay, bye, kitty, gotta go to school," and Nick's just sitting there looking like a cat, like not paying attention, looking out a window or whatever. Like, I don't care
No,
where you
leg
go.
up in the air mid clean.
Right, you're right, exactly. Just staring at you. And then as soon as you leave, Nick springs into action, leaps very athletically into your closet, rips out one of your old costumes, just tears it to shreds, like somehow puts it all together, like hops out a window, does an unnecessary combat roll, and then leaps on the roof of a Suber, pops around, like gives the driver a look, at which the driver somehow recognizes, and then I will say holds out a some sort of like iPad-like or iPeach-like interface that has a map on it, and just a single claw extends and pokes a dot where the school is. And the Super driver's like, I don't know, this is not the weirdest thing that's happened to me this morning. And yeah, and then there's just the whole thing where the cat's in the back seat, and the driver's like, you should probably put on your seatbelt. Never mind. And then just drives, trying to have a conversation about like politics or whatever. The cat does not care. And then is let out climbs up the side of the building, sneaks in, sees that you are in danger, disables the guard, and then we're caught back up. And here's Nick's looking innocent. And now somewhat disinterested. It's like, why are you holding me up?
Accurate.
Cool. So what happens?
Fade is gonna turn to Spectre. How was the trip? You know, since we're not talking about the cat that has moves, apparently. How did the cat follow you here?
That's if I knew, I don't actually know.
Maybe it's a scent cat.
Fade's gonna look at the cat and go, "How did you get here?"
So you aggressively yell at, how'd you get here? The cat will leap out of Deadlock's arms and assume like a wushu stance on the ground. Eyes narrow.
My God,
I wouldn't yell at my cat.
Wow.
I would like to think that the cat has planted a tracking device on Deadlock.
Probably.
That's what I would like to think.
One of the many cat hairs that's on your school uniform actually has a transmitter.
It's
That
one of the
seems-
whiskers
Most likely.
woven into the fibers.
Tilda will crouch down to get a good picture of the cat
Yes.
Yes.
doing a pose, obviously.
And Tilly, you know, because as a teenage superhero robot, you have studied teenage superheroes a lot. And you are familiar that there are certain teenage superheroes who have animal sidekicks. And you are also probably familiar with the paperwork necessary to register the animal sidekick as a class companion. Like, meaning that they are, when properly supervised, able to attend school with the teenage superhero student.
I mean, obviously, though, we are breaking school rules because we are teen rebels, so the cat can just live in your backpack.
Cool.
But I will note this information and not explain it until we need to actually follow the rules.
Right. So cool. All right. What else is happening? You have probably 10 minutes before the assembly is over.
Yes, how was your trip, Spectre?
It was great, traveled all over, did some cool stuff. And yep.
Must have been nice.
Yeah, what did you guys do while I was gone? I mean, you were like standing in the impound pit when I came back, which was weird.
We got sucked into a parallel universe.
1,000-yard stare from Tilly.
Something like that.
Oh. Well,
Saved it. Came back.
Got pressed pause on by some teenage person. Controlled us with a remote. Haven't seen her for a while.
Where she was a tween.
yeah.
We never actually found out where she went either.
Nope.
Which is very disconcerting.
Don't worry about it.
But you never see her and Spectre in the same room at the same time.
She was wearing
Hmm.
green, I think. And that was not her color.
It belongs stockings.
Is green really anybody's color?
Yeah.
Because some people could pull it off.
You said that with offense.
Yeah.
Tilly definitely has little green triangles on her body.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, but hers are a luminous shade of green, which goes with, her glassy
metal?
blue. Yeah, her glassy blue metal look. It
Yeah.
fits.
And 10 alien keychains.
And my alien keychains.
Yeah, there's so many. Look, it was great. I got gifts for the rest of you too. I just didn't bring them with me, but I'll get them to you.
Because you
Later.
didn't have room after.
Your backpack is now empty.
Kind of didn't realize how many things I got for Tilly until I put them in the backpack, and then I was out of room, and it was like time, so
Hmm.
you know.
Do we all have backpacks full of stuff? No, I mean-
yeah, but well, I mean, Tilly's was a little less expensive than everybody else's, so Tilly got a lot more of stuff.
I will treasure
Plus-
them forever.
Thank
Plus
you.
aliens.
Yeah.
It's the kitschy alien stuff. She went to Roswell.
I did. It was really cool. Actual aliens are a lot worse than the tourist aliens. I like the tourist aliens better.
Yeah, me too.
Well, yeah,
They
because
don't-
they're not real.
I mean, yeah, and they don't mind control you, and
The touristy one.
you know, try to take over the
Mm,
planet.
yes.
Or like eat the whole things. Oh yeah, we met an alien that came through the ceiling too.
Oh, yes. You
Oh,
didn't get a chance to meet him. He left?
Yeah.
His name was
And in
Squee.
his world, everything that was cute was dangerous and scary. So
He was
what we
super-
think cute is scary.
Super adorable.
So you
Your
needed
cat
to
would
know that.
be a fearsome, I think.
Yeah, the cat is really adorable.
Like,
Oh, is
Hope
that the
you-
thing that broke Fate's phone?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like he would find you not scary at all. Because like you like dark palettes and stuff. He would be like, "Oh, she's so cute." Like he would not be afraid of you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I got not like all dark. I got
Pretty
blue.
edgy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, deadlock.
He was like pinks and pastels and fluff and cotton candy and adorableness. Like it's like going to that one place in Japan where all of the cutesy kawaii stuff is. It's all of that on him.
I think
He was
you would find
terrifying.
several of these aliens very scary.
Yeah, look at that one. It's super cute. It's got like a little bow on it. It's
It
adorable.
does have a little bow.
So, you guys like actually planning on going to school today, or?
I mean, it's the first day. I think we're kind of
It's
why.
good to get the syllabus so that way you know when to skip classes later. That's what you do, right? When it's inappropriate.
That is exactly
rebellion?
what you do, Tilly.
What has happened? Why are you trying? What's going on? Why is Tilly?
Oh, I'm going through a teen rebellion checklist, I think.
Yeah, we're helping
I don't
Tilly
know
be like a
why.
teenager.
But why?
Checklist I
Why are
had.
you being a teen rebel?
Oh, well, that's what teenagers do.
And really, does
No.
Tilly need to be in school? Like,
Well,
she
no,
knows
but
everything.
I do
But
know.
she also doesn't have to just rebel against the system because somebody told her to. Like, why? I'm just asking why she's doing it.
And it's
Wait.
kind of ironic.
Oh no, someone
Oh.
told me to rebel against the system.
Double rebellion. Rebellionception. Oh no.
Like, what's happening here? I'm just confused.
I mean, teens do typically give in to peer pressure.
Hmm.
And so I'm just asking, like, what made you make that decision, Tilly?
I don't remember.
Blind
Oh.
trust and Spectre.
That could be it.
I mean, I'm going to chemistry because I like chemistry.
I'm thinking of the last checklist I made, and I'm all like, it was definitely about teen rebellion, right? Because that's
Yeah.
what we did last. And then I was all like, wait, wasn't there one about zombie? Oh, that was that dream. Guys, I had a really weird dream last night.
Yeah.
Do robots dream?
There's usually a few cycles that are processing the day's events in the background that usually reflect something that I think is similar to a dream. This was different, though.
Do androids
It's
dream of
different.
electric sleep? She?
I have heard this one before. Thank you. No, it was not a good dream. There was zombies, and you were there, Spectre.
That's
You were there,
I,
Deadlock.
I had a zombie dream last night too. And you were yeah, you and Deadlock were both there.
Oh,
It's sounding very Wizard of Oz.
that's weird.
And you were there, and you were there.
Well, and you were there, Deadlock.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it wasn't what happened in your dream, Tilly? Like, that's kind of weird that we dreamed about zombies.
Yeah. Maybe we had watched a movie that was similar.
I mean, I've seen a lot of zombie movies. Like, there's some pretty clear-cut tropes that you want to avoid if you're in that
I was
situation.
making a list of tropes, and everyone fell for them. They insisted on calling them infected instead of zombies, even though we're clearly zombies.
Man, yeah,
There were a couple other supers there that I was not familiar with at all. And we ended up going...
Same dream?
Yeah, I think once Tilly reveals that the zombie apocalypse started by a chemical that was supposed to depower supers being released into the water supply, that super specific detail triggers the two of you who are admitting to having the same dream and one other person to realize that it was in fact the same dream.
Tell me what's going on here. Are
babies.
you assimilating Spectre or something? Like,
Oh my god, Tilly's in my brain.
like
Or
what's
someone else
happening?
is that wants us to see this and maybe
Us.
create distrust. Certain people. You know, the team.
Why did you say us?
The team.
Because I didn't have that dream. I slept so hard last night, I don't even remember my dream. Like, I didn't dream of anything. It was just blackness.
Oh gosh.
Oh, no.
Well, Rez,
What are you on about? What's going on?
well, in the dream that we had, you were dead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's nice subconscious for you.
And there were two of you.
I mean, there was two of me.
Well, there was like a different version of you.
But
What?
then there was the real you too. And don't worry, we got the guy that did it. We got him real good.
Yeah, I don't think he
Dead,
lived.
I was murdered.
Yeah.
You dreamt of me being murdered.
I mean, we didn't witness it. We came in the aftermath.
It was in a morgue? Does
What?
that... No, that
And then
doesn't help. I
Deadlock
think.
showed up.
I don't
And-
know what Freud says about dreams, but the fact that you guys are all dreaming about me being dead, it's not does not bode well for our friendship right now. What's your subconscious saying?
Well, it clearly wasn't
Well-
just a dream. It's too much of a. There's no such thing as a coincidence, you know?
I mean, and in fairness, like, we were pretty emotionally distraught. Like, I killed a dude for you, Rez. He probably died. I don't know.
He definitely would not have lived.
No, probably.
But it was just a dream, so it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
fine.
a dream. It's
But-
just a dream.
Again,
Yeah.
I don't think it was just a dream.
Why don't you think?
I'm not saying it was real, but I don't think it was a dream.
Why don't you think it was?
Because multiple people are having it at the same time, the exact same dream.
Who?
You, if you were dead, and you were what you're
I wasn't
describing.
having a dream. I was just.
I
asleep.
know, but it's still coincidental of what you described, and then you just happened to be dead.
Okay.
Tilly, Spectre, and then I also remember from my perspective.
Oh.
Wait, you
That-
were
You
there?
tried to shoot
You-
me.
You chased me through the hospital.
It wasn't me.
I was terrified. I'm not going to lie, Deadlock.
In the
Paige
words
is just
of
gonna
Tilly,
stand
it
there
was
across
just a
her
dream, so
arms
it's
and just
okay.
follow the conversation around. It's sipper coffee.
It's just like everybody's speech
Really
bubbles
feels
overlapping
like-
each other.
Right.
You know, like right now, this feels like, you know, when people get angry at their partners because they wake up and they had a dream about them cheating on them. Like, this is what this feels like right now. I'm just gonna say, we can't be mad at each other for something you guys dreamt about. It's weird.
And not a dream, but
Yeah, or whatever
Well, that's
happened.
what I'm getting confused about.
It didn't
Like,
happen. Well, we were just in a
wasn't
parallel
real.
universe. All we can say is it didn't happen to us. This version of us. I am not dead. Well,
hang on,
I
let me
feel
check.
like I am, but I'm not dead. And you're not chasing someone through a hospital with a gun. Like, you know, and we know that things change because, hey, when we did our first mission, Missy over there thought I was going to end the world. Still might. No joke. So, you know, let's just take a breath.
Well, I mean, I get, but like, if we don't think it was a dream, but it wasn't real, then what? I mean, like, are we just like seeing into alternate versions of ourselves consciousnesses?
I mean, we've dealt with at least 2 villains now who have dove into our subconscious, right?
We did end up in an alternate dimension just recently, so this doesn't seem unlikely. Maybe I can analyze the logs. I still have the system saved from last night anyway.
But all I'm saying is we may have some residue left over from where somebody may have messed with our brains or something. I don't know.
we also have somebody that's connected our brains before. Looks at Fade.
Everybody looks at Jade.
It's kind of weird
By
that
the
they
way,
didn't have the dream.
I bought some catnip. Do you want it?
Fade's gonna just
I
kind of
don't know
slurp her
if that's a good
coffee.
idea.
Fade's just gonna kind of slurp her coffee and look and be like, this definitely is not my doing.
Perhaps in a more controlled environment.
In a danger room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Fade, there could be some lingering connection of some kind that you obviously weren't aware of, but then could link us into some sort of alternate dimension thing.
Or just a dream
I mean-
in that case.
I mean, it could be something like that, but I wouldn't even know where to begin.
My mom probably has access to brain scanning things.
Yeah. She might. The bell rings. Assembly is over.
What's our head teacher like?
Oh, let's see. That is a good question. You tell me, what is your head teacher like? So you're thinking you're a chemistry teacher?
No, like the head teacher.
Oh, like the administrator? So there's a
The
relatively
principal.
there's a relatively
The
large
principal, sorry, yeah, the
there's
principal.
a relatively large administration. So your principal. I will give you a little bit, and then you can fill in the details before I pull up
Okay.
the spreadsheet. They are not a hero. Well, they are, but they are not a super powered hero. They spent a good long while working for Aegis back in the 70s, which isn't actually the 70s, like the prior generation. So the Silver Age, or I guess Bronze Age. And so they dealt with a bunch of like super goofy, superheroes and supervillains and things like that. So basically, they were in Aegis at the time when Spectre's parents were super active in their early careers as superheroes and villains.
Okay. Are they is their gender identity male or female
You tell me.
or non-binary?
You tell me.
I would like them to be a cisgendered male
Okay.
who is bumbly and not very with it, but like to sometimes use young people's terminology wrongly to try and be down with the kids.
I
Well-
relate to this.
It could in fact be someone that you have. It could be Bartholomew Brown, the original Mr. Mantis, because he has retired and he would have been around at that time.
Okay.
And that's someone that Aegis would have called in.
But can now he be like quite portly?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Like if when he was a mantis, he was like
Yeah.
a mantis, and
He-
now he's like
yeah. He is.
like he's got dad bod.
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
living life.
He's retired. He is not to insult the physical appearance of, but he is oh god, science educator. One of my favorite people, 3 names. Brain not working. But African American guy, salt and pepper, kind of curly
Neil
hair.
deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. So he's very kind of
Yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool, but in that dad joke kind of way. And fairly but he's got a serious side. Like he's very, very intelligent. I mean, he's a Tony Stark type. So he
Okay.
never had superpowers, but he did work with Aegis. And it makes sense that Aegis would have called him in as one of the legacy heroes to come and fight the Vice Girls because, he knew what was up.
Okay. What's his last name again?
Brown, Bartholomew Brown.
Mr. Brown.
Yes. And his
Okay.
nephew or great nephew, Braxton, attends Parasol Academy, and he is the new Mr. Mantis.
Oh, okay.
His suit is a lot more, it's nanotech and it's a lot flashier. But so yeah, Bartholomew Brown has given up the Mr. Mantis mental, except that one time in downtown when he was fighting the Vice Girls.
Well, I'm gonna go to Mr. Brown's office
Okay.
and I'm gonna go in and say, morning, sir.
I
just got hello, how are you?
doing well. Did you enjoy the presentation?
Yes. Thank you for arranging that for us.
Yeah, probably super
very
boring, right?
special.
But remember, it's really important to focus on your studies, but also focus on like the societal impact that heroes like you can have. And what can I do for you?
So I was just coming in to tell you that I'm not feeling very well.
Oh, no.
And I need to go home because I'm having feminine problems.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, say no more. Say no more. Say no more.
And all of my team have to go too because I'm sure you're aware because you're woke, that we spend a lot of time together and all of our cycles are synced, including Tilly, who has synced to our cycle, like actually synced. So we all need to leave.
Sure, provoke someone. Roll plus superior.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I got a 9. And then my superior is, I know my superior is quite high, 3, so it's a 12.
All right. I'm going to say, well, let's see. Yeah. He's just going to do what you want him to do. And he's like, oh, And then he'll reach into his drawer and pull out like a little bag of product. Like, well, just in case.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
said,
you
well,
for
and
being so understanding,
well,
sir.
and thank you for coming to me. It makes me feel really good that you felt you could discuss something like this with me. So just feel better.
Well, I knew
You
you'd
girls feel better.
understand. Thank you. I'll get lots of hot chocolate and hot water bottles.
Awesome. Well, all right then. I'll have someone email you all the syllabus.
Okay, thank you. I wouldn't want to fall behind.
All right.
Okay, thank you, sir. Goodbye. And then I just walk back to these guys and be like, we can leave.
We all have been like standing outside the door, like
Yeah.
listening in on the conversation.
Yeah.
This is good. I appreciate all of us being like, what's school starting? What's school? Anyway, we're going to skip school immediately. Who goes to school?
Right. Exactly. No, it's fine.
But you've been emailed the stuff that we're going to miss today, so you can just learn it. Like upload it,
true.
and then that's it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
We
Let's
can
go-
bribe Chili to do our homework.
yes, you can. This is something that a teenage rebel would do. I can sell it to you for cash money.
Okay, so
What an
let's go
alien
back to the
thing.
maze.
All right.
Let's talk about this outside the principal's
Okay.
office.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're walking away from the principal's office and then discussing minor teenage crimes.
Yes. Fade.
Fraud.
As your group makes their way through the now crowded hallway, it is apparent to you that, like, you haven't been paying attention to like the changing like teen fashion, but there's a real retro wave happening. You see bell bottoms. You see someone walking through the hallway with a giant boombox on their shoulder.
Immediately she's going to turn to Resonance and go, Resonance, we're seeing this, right? Right?
Yeah.
You see things, Resonance. So yeah, I mean, you don't know what she's talking about, but
What is
to you
what is
things
the
seems
current...
to you things Resonance look normal.
So I don't see a boombox.
No, you maybe see someone who's dressed, unfortunately. So you're probably thinking it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, I see this.
Oh.
Bad choice. Again, not your palette. Oh wait, no, I'm turning into my character from Murder She Wrote.
Right.
Okay, ignore me.
Yes.
No,
Fine,
yeah,
she went on like a Masterpiece Theater binge for like a week or so.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's an alcove where people have thrown down some broken down cardboard boxes and they're breakdancing.
But only Fade can see
Yes.
that.
Okay,
What can
Fade's
we
gonna
see?
point to that and go, what is that group of kids doing?
What can we see?
They're playing Pokemon, Fate. What's
Yeah,
wrong
it's a
with Pokemon?
bunch of kids playing Pokemon.
That's not what they're doing.
You mean Pokemon? Like,
Yeah, right.
Pokemon-
Yeah.
Pokemons.
like all the different types of.
I think at this point Fade wants to assess the situation.
Sure.
Because this is disconcerting.
Sure.
Okay, and that is D6 plus, is it 2D6 or 1D6?
It's always 2d6.
And okay, so it's 2D6 plus superior.
I think that's right. Yes.
2 increase 6.
What was your total?
6.
Oh, then if you would like to ask what the future holds or what the future knows about this, you may. Otherwise, it's no answer.
Yeah, what's the future know about this? Because this is sus.
And remember to mark potential when you fail.
Oh yeah,
yeah, everyone mark potential.
That's 2 of them.
I think you look around, you know something's up, but it doesn't have to do with the future. But you ask that question. And then you kind of turn, you see something different in your friends. They look different. They look like strangers to you. I don't mean like you see them as they are, but you're having a hard time identifying them. They look like different people.
Okay. At this point, Fade's gonna kind of.
And Tilly looks like a human woman.
Yeah, she's gonna look around for her friends. I mean, like, guys, where'd you go? And just kind of like hurry away from the group.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Fade. We'll see you later for coffee.
Do we see her?
Yeah.
Hurry away. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I will hurry after her. She seems to be in a rush.
Hey, where are you?
Where are you going? I mean, we can leave whenever.
In fact, you are making your way out the front entrance.
Making our way downtown.
Yes.
I am
Permanent
walking fast.
permanent disadvantage to everything
Yes.
Faye does. And Tilly. Because that is super played out.
Once every
but-
issue.
Right. But anyway, it stops. I mean, it's just a momentary flash for you, Fade. And then everything kind of goes back to normal.
And so then she's just gonna kind of like stop and look behind her once she like realizes that her name is being called. What the hell is going on?
You're
She
running
started
off like
running.
a crazy person.
I feel like a crazy person.
I mean, you kind
And
of are,
having
but
been a crazy person and still semi a crazy person, it's hard to explain. You guys were not you. You were somebody else, and I'm not. I don't know how to explain it without sounding like a lunatic.
well, you're not doing a great job.
I know. You
Listen.
guys were not you. I asked residents what a person was wearing and trying to identify the fashions of this time because I'm seeing them in bell bottoms and with boom boxes, and they're doing some weird dance moves on broken cardboard boxes. What is that?
Oh God, that sounds like the pictures from my mom's high school yearbook.
Oh, quick media search. I believe that is break dancing. Here, let me pull up the search result, and I'll project some images.
Yes,
break
that's what they
dancing.
were doing. Can you look up flared leg pants?
Yes.
Oh, those, yes, those are a common fashion from the 70s. They
Right.
made a resurgent recently, actually.
Yeah.
It seems
It's
like.
also in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah. And
Coming back again too.
and if you're right, and
Yep.
if you don't know,
Around,
this is very, it's an alternate world, so it's very timey-wimey. So it's there's this idea of the 70s, but we're not worried about like precisely when it happened because we don't have like it's the 2020s, but the flow of fashion and time is different in this world. So it's the previous generation, the iconic previous generation, because we're in the weird 80s, 90s, 2020s kind of mashup time. Spectre says something about it looks like her mother's yearbook picture until he pulls it up, and in fact, Fade, the person that you saw when you looked where Spectre was, looks remarkably like her mother as a teenager.
Oh, good. That's gonna go over real well. So she's gonna look at the picture, and then she's gonna look at Spectre, and then she's gonna look at the picture, and she's gonna keep her mouth shut.
Okay.
She is not going to say what is running through her mind of, holy crap, you really do look like your mom.
I know, don't remind me.
Residents, yes.
Okay, loving this moment right now. But just to reiterate, I told the principal we were all ill. Can we please leave the building?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we should go.
right.
Yeah.
Going and then maybe discuss this as we move rather than stopping in the hallway, running in random directions. We need to leave the building.
No, my uterus is in pain.
There you go.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's it. That's it.
So Residence goes to badge out because, of course, there's a security center because you can't have supervillains coming to attack all the kids. You go to badge out and your badge doesn't work.
I can't leave.
Well, you just badge and it beeps. And it doesn't, like, the door doesn't open. You try it a couple more times. A guard comes over. Oh, having some trouble there?
Yeah. I can't leave.
Oh, here, let me check. They pull up, they go over to their station and they pull up your student ID number. Are you a transfer?
No.
Well, it's just that we don't have you in the system.
What?
Yeah, I'm not showing Nyla Isaacs in the
Faith?
system.
I know. Fade's gonna try her card.
Nope.
Try my card.
You try your card. I'd say as soon as you step out of the group and move forward, the guard sees you and says, "Oh, I see. Don't worry, I didn't see anything." Hands you back your cards. And then we'll probably move forward and kind of without making eye contact with Tilly, we'll actually go and enter a code into the little arch and then hold the door open for you, Tilly.
Thank you. I will also assess the situation while I usher the group out.
Officer Gomez. Officer Gomez. It points at his little badge.
Yes. Of course, Officer Gomez. Assess the situation.
Yep.
Roll superior. Not feeling very superior for
I
some
know.
reason. But I did get a 10.
Oh, cool. Ask questions.
Gosh, is there just a general question of like, why are they treating me like this? That's weird.
What's the biggest
see.
threat?
Yeah, what's
You
the biggest
are.
threat? Oh, cool. That's
To
great.
them. He's
Okay.
treating you with respect tinged by fear.
Okay.
Deadlock's definitely sus.
How could we best end this quickly?
Uh,
Fade is also sus.
yeah, just leave. I mean, he's literally holding the door for you.
Okay, I'll just kind of nod for everyone to get out.
You don't want to ask? Okay.
I think you have another question because you got a full 6.
No, it's just 2, I
oh,
think.
just 2. Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. He watches you leave, and then as soon as you turn around to see if he's watching, he kind of goes back to his business.
Okay,
He was clearly quite intimidated by you.
cool.
Billy,
Yeah,
what was that?
I think I had authority.
Yes, but why?
I don't know why, actually. I would assume it's related to the badges not working. It worked this morning to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it isn't working now.
Right, but why would he see you as someone of authority when our badges aren't working?
I can be very intimidating.
And why wasn't I in the system?
Why wasn't our badges working. What the hell is going on?
It's me.
Am I dead?
The cats followed the cat's following Devin to school.
That's not the
Val
weird
and
thing
Tilly
here.
are having the same dreams. Tilly is having dreams. I was feeling dead while also being dead. I'm seeing things that aren't actually here.
No, she's still alive.
Yep.
I was treated with authority.
Wait, did he take my pulse?
You're good.
Yeah, you are
Okay,
good.
good.
Lala,
Just
you
Just
are
gonna spend this entire episode trying to convince her she's alive.
Lala, you are on the street. And you're very used to people like double taking
Uh-huh.
because you're so famous. And there's a little bit of that, but it's not like normally people are like, oh my God, Lala, right?
Yeah.
This is more like people kind of looking like they maybe sort of recognize you and then kind of just like, oh, whatever. Like literally, like people are just not reacting to the way that you would expect.
I'm still walking with my card like this. Something's not right.
Let's something we can analyze probably. Maybe we can analyze Fade's visions. Maybe it's related.
I miss street level crime.
Can I do the gossip mags
Yes.
and tap into it about, because it says an important city figure, but can I do it on
Yep.
myself?
No doubt.
Okay. I got a 12.
Ooh.
So I probably don't need to look at what I need to add.
Unless you have a neck.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
it'd be
you
a
can-
15.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So let's see, what is the specific wording on that one?
So
yeah,
when you tap
ask me.
into the gossip mags, on here, is it on a template? Ask 3.
Yeah.
What are they up to? What or who did they most care about? What
Yeah.
allies do they have? Enemies? Where and when can I find them? How could I make them vulnerable to me? Okay, so
Yeah.
obviously some of these don't really fit. So okay, I'll ask what are they up to according to the gossip mags.
So Isla Isaacs has been avoiding the media. So a lot of her personal life is speculation, especially after she won an Oscar, one of the youngest actors to ever win an Oscar for her portrayal of a female fighter pilot in World War II. Very dramatic, a world famous. It's like, think of it's like a Guillermo del Toro kind of magical realist. Not purely historical, but it was the movie won best screenplay, and she won best actress at a very young age, and so has been kind of keeping off the radar. But there's a lot of speculation about what role. Like every major franchise out there now wants her, and in the few statements that she's made publicly, she's very focused on her art. And so, she's basically let her fans know that, don't expect her in the next, superhero or sci-fi franchise, that she's really looking for roles that challenge her as an actress.
Okay, so what allies does she have?
Well, her family, to whom she's very, very close.
And where can I find
That's sus.
She's currently living in France. She's studying with, she's a very humble person and performer. And so she chose to take a a bit of time away from the enormous success to hone her craft. And so she's studying at a famous academy in Paris currently. Or at least that's what the gossip
Okay.
mags say.
So the question is where and when. So when can I find her?
Now,
And now is
today.
okay.
I mean, like
So
the date on the gossip mag that you pick up at the newsstand is today's date.
it's today's date,
Yeah.
and it says like the 90s/2000 era.
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
say
the date that you
era
would
or
expect of today to
It's
be.
the normal date.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so obviously I'm going to share this magazine with everyone and be like, look at this. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not me. Or there's another me in this.
Here we go again.
Like, I
Another dimension travel. I'm done. We are going back home. We are finding our way out. We don't need to
Yeah,
do this again.
this is not
I've
our
had
this is not our universe.
Tilly is done with this nonsense. This is the second time now.
Right.
It has been very traumatic both times.
It's
She is over it.
multiverses all the way down.
Tilly, can Tilly scan to see if, like, can you scan Tilly to see if you guys are you, if you exist in this realm? Because
Yes.
I don't. Like, my card doesn't work.
I'll search the internet. Hopefully.
I'm a
Yes.
transfer student.
You find a number of things that are inconsistent. But because you have recently experienced traveling into alternate realities, you understand that each universe has its own particular signature. This is also something that you would have learned from Squee, right? Because he was familiar with transdimensional travel.
Mhm.
This is your universe.
Okay.
The main areas of difference that you get are Lytech runs the world.
Oh.
Lala Isla is an award-winning, very serious actress who does not have superpowers and is very close to her family. You find no reference to Spectre. You find what you think are references to Devon, who is a normal high schooler living with her parents and sister. And there's, as you might expect, no reference to Fade. And then your access is cut off.
Rude. Who cut off my access?
You detect the edges of an anti-intrusion subroutine.
But this is my network. Well, I don't want to go prying at that. I don't want to get shut down again.
Well, I'm telling you, they better have coconut milk. What's going on? Because I am getting myself a coconut milk hot chocolate right now because I need to calm down.
Don't be surprised if your credit card doesn't work. Well, maybe yours would.
So
The
somewhere a
other- the
famous
other-
actress
I love
gets a
the, like-
call from Citibank saying someone is using your card to buy coconut milk.
In Halcyon City.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm in Paris, so arrest them. What
Well,
happens?
I'm looking at Fade and I'm just thinking like, well, we're in her boat, aren't we? We're in some different version of our universe. And we're trying to set things back the way they were. I guess we're going to get coffee or coconut milk or something like that. So
I'm
I
getting a
guess
hot chocolate to calm myself down.
I guess it's time to hit the nearest coffee shop to
Coffee
discuss our
shop, let's
situation.
go.
Sure. Sure. I'm sure someone has some cash, so we won't have to worry about the fact that maybe none of you exist. Fade. What's going on with you?
Oh boy.
Have you shared anything about your dreams? as you're sitting there enjoying your coffee / hot chocolate or whatever.
Yeah, she drinks coffee.
Well, I know, but
Person-
various different ones if you're having different things.
The caffeine dependency is real for this child. So while they're all sitting around the table, she's gonna bring up these dreams that she's been having. You know, how she's kind of been able to see the past and how it somehow is connected to her future. But again, being Fade, she's not explaining it really well, and she just sounds like a crazy person.
Well, no, Fade, I believe we are in a Back to the Future situation, perhaps, where something has changed in the past and has altered the future for Lytech to control everything and everyone living different lives and a couple of us apparently having no...
What if it's connected to the girl with the remote again? Because she threw us into the past.
Well, that was an alternate dimension, but this one is our dimension. It has the same dimensional signature.
Sure thing.
Obviously.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing the past when you pulled up Val's mom's yearbook picture.
Yes, this one?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Val, you really look like your mom.
This is somehow centered around us because we're the only ones that seem to notice this.
And there's multiple of us, technically, for some of us. Because
Well, yeah,
you're
but-
here. And Resonance is here.
Me and Fate don't exist.
So if we recall Back to the Future and how slowly he faded away because his parents didn't meet, I'm going to let you reflect on this, Spectre.
But what
I've never
did
seen
it
that
say? It said about Devin, you know, she lived with her parents and her sister, and she's just gonna like casually turn her head to look at Val.
No,
That doesn't mean me.
no.
Mm-mm.
It is a significantly younger sister,
Okay.
like 2 or 3 years. Samantha.
Okay. Fade wants to let's see. What can
I think Fade wants to take a powerful blow. How about you?
Sheet. And I've got 2 conditions on me too. Crap.
Yeah.
So I have to, what is that one?
2d6 plus conditions.
2d6 plus conditions. That's right. We want to aim low for this one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. Don't give me the good numbers. That's too good a number. That's a 5. 7, 8, that's 9. Oh, damn.
Oh no, that's just fine. Would you like to? Well, let me tell you what's happening. You are starting to try to figure out things in the way that you have. I mean, so first of all, your access to your Harbinger powers is not really in your control. But you're trying to like do the thing that a Harbinger does where they're trying to figure out like, okay, wait a second, here's the flow of time and like what are my memories about the future that can help me gain context to what's going on. But this is all kind of backwards from your experience. So
Right.
you instead find yourself tapping into a new power or an old power, one that you've only ever used one time, really. So, in that context, And you don't remember using it, but you remember that you did use it. Like in this moment, you realize, oh, there's something here, and you can feel it building in you. And you remember being in a white room attached to all sorts of electrodes, standing in kind of an like what are those things called? Like a gyroscope? Like it's the multiple rings that are kind of spinning. You remember a bunch of people in lab coats.
Do anything.
You know, no, crank up the power. It's like, it's over the limits. We're getting red lights across the board. No, this has got to work. You're having this flashback of this event, and then sparks are shooting out of the ceiling. Lights are going on and off. You feel tremendous power rushing through you in your recollection. So, do you lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action? Do you give ground and your opposition gets an opportunity, or do you struggle past the pain and Mark II conditions?
Well, I think we're just gonna give ground because 2 more conditions would put her 1 away from blowing up again. We don't need to blow up the coffee shop. We're attached.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna give ground, and as you guys are sitting there, you know, you kind of see her. She's gonna grip the table really hard, and she's gonna kind of like completely and fully dissociate as she's watching all of this play through her head. And
What
then
do the rest of the people do? The rest of the team?
Deadlock's gone.
Gone? How?
Deadlock went to go track down to see her parents.
You haven't left
Wait.
yet.
Couldn't sneak away.
Well, you didn't say so. You could attempt to in a moment.
Okay.
But so Deadlock is going to be like, okay, I need to go. What are Spectre, Tilly, and Lala doing?
Wait. We shouldn't separate. This thing could be localized on any one of us. Stares at Fade, freaking out. And if we get too far away, who knows what could happen? Looks at Spectre.
I don't want to disappear.
You won't probably disappear.
That's not reassuring.
They're there. Shoo. They're there.
Yeah, Spectre's just having an existential crisis. Everything's fine.
Lala, what are you doing?
Also having an existential crisis because I don't know who I am anymore. Just drinking my hot chocolate, blissfully unaware of the fact that Fade is gripping the table. I'm just like,
All right. Well, then I will decide randomly.
gonna.
Um.
That's more fun.
All right. So, Lala,
Yeah.
as you are just like full on, like what's real, what's happening, you begin to hear a crowd chanting, screaming, but
Good
like
screaming.
but
or
in,
like,
but in it like in a celebratory fashion. This is a very familiar
"Ooh."
yeah, this is a
Okay.
very familiar experience to you.
Okay.
And then everyone hears it. There is a moment, some sort of like if you could feel the pressure of light, Fade emanates a pulse of crackling light that you can feel wash over you. There's a moment of extreme cold and disorientation, and you all tumble to the ground. It is night. You, without having to roll, you assess the threat. You are in some danger of being trampled because you are in the midst of a massive crowd of teenagers. There are lights everywhere. Everyone's got little glow bands and glow sticks. And they're all screaming and yelling and laughing and chanting la la.
We're all on the ground.
Yeah, surrounded by teenagers. A couple of them bump
Okay.
into you and trip. Some of them kind of like reach down to help you up.
I'm like, get up, get up, get up. And I like try and help everyone up.
Yeah, easy enough. Easy enough. Lala, would
What?
you assess the situation, please?
Yeah. With pleasure. Ah! 7.
Okay.
Okay. I got 1 and a 6. I was like, I saw the 1. It's like, assess the situation is.
And you know what?
Superior.
I don't think
Oh.
any of these really actually apply. So I will give you one piece of information.
But I got a 10 anyway.
Oh, good. Well, I will give you some information. This is, you recognize this particular concert, this particular stage,
Oh, it's going to
this
be.
particular crowd. This is, let's say it's San Antonio. You recognize the posters of you. The posters of you are significantly younger. This is earlier in your career. When you were famous, but a certain pivotal event had yet to happen that helped to propel you into international fame.
Yeah.
This is that night.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
I don't know how we're here, but this is the past. And this is the night that I got my powers. I don't know why we're here, what we're meant to do, but I know what this is and where we are and when we are.
I mean, in theory, we shouldn't do anything, right?
Well, no, don't think so.
How did you get your powers again?
So there's gonna be an accident in a minute. There's gonna be a power surge, and you'll see me get quite an extreme electric shock, which you probably will think will kill me, but it didn't. And yeah, it's not great to watch, but yeah, that's how it happened.
Residents, with that 10, you are extra perceptive.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize someone at the edge of the crowd making his way towards backstage. It is Bartholomew Brown, but younger.
Prince, the man.
Yes, the original Mr. Mantis, but he is not in his Mr. Mantis costume. When he was an active hero, he wasn't like Tony Stark. He didn't like let everyone know that it was him. So his identity was secret until he retired.
Right.
But you recognize a younger Bartholomew Brown making his way with a purpose, carrying a large case of some sort toward backstage.
Okay. Well, I just observe him because I don't really know what his purpose is and why he was there that night.
The back door opens. You see your mother, younger. Look at him, recognize him, look around to make sure no one else is watching. and then usher him in.
Looking at them suspiciously right now. And obviously I'll be saying things like, Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
And then under my breath. And then things like, Mother.
Yeah, that's probably enough because you're all standing close together, especially Tilly, who has superior audio acuity. 100% can pick up on that.
Yeah, did they ever figure out what the cause was of what gave you your powers? Because it wasn't a normal power surge, obviously. They don't do that.
I don't remember because obviously like I was injured for a while afterwards. Like I didn't wake up with powers. Like I was in hospital for a fair bit. I don't know how long I was out. So I don't know, no. Should we follow them?
I'm gonna grab Resonance's hand.
Yeah.
As we I guess stand here and watch.
Well, there's nothing to watch
I
now because Principal Brown has gone inside the facility.
Yeah. I think we should follow.
Okay.
We can't follow close enough that we're compromised or change anything.
But what if we do need to change things to make sure that stuff happens?
All right.
Because the future that we just saw, I assume, means that for Resonance, this accident never happened. So that changed her future.
I hate time travel.
Did we do that?
I mean, I'm not saying that we have to do it, but if we try to like prevent things from happening, or maybe we need to make things happen so that everything goes the right way according to time to fix it.
Or maybe we try to make things happen and that's what makes things not happen.
Well, let's just watch. Let's sneak over through the back entrance. Come on.
Yeah, let's just.
It needs to be someone that doesn't look like Resonance.
I mean, I don't look like Lala.
Yeah.
Like, she's a lot younger than me. Like, that's not.
Yeah, but there could be.
I mean, you still look.
There could be issues with you meeting yourself, regardless of your age.
We're not going backstage. Yeah, we're going
Yeah,
backstage.
we're not like also here.
It'll be fine.
I'm not going on the stage.
We just need to go as a group in case, I don't know, we get sucked into another time portal.
Well, I
whatever. I'm not the leader of the team, so whatever.
Coming from experiences, we really shouldn't mess with anything here.
Says the person who's done nothing but try to change the past.
Yeah, like your whole thing was that you were coming back to the past to prevent the future. Now we're coming back to the past to fix the future, but in a different way than what you were doing, because we need to put the future back to where our future is, and not like try to change our future.
To be fair, she said what she's learned. She almost tried to stop Resonance, who actually saved the world, so it makes sense what she's saying.
Yeah, Resonance needs to get her powers. The accident needs to happen, which means
we're just looking to see if it does happen.
Right. We also need to keep a lookout for somebody who might try to save her. I'm sorry. I know this is probably going to trigger something. I apologize ahead of time, but we have to watch you get electrocuted on stage.
We can do that from backstage, right?
Deadlock's just muttering under her breath, like,
you.
Deadlock loves time travel stuff, right, SJ?
So what's happening?
I'm
I presume.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm following Resonance. This is your shots to call.
I wanna see what Mr. Brown was in. I'm not gonna interfere with anything. I just want to know who he is in my story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is the only chance I'll ever get to find out why this man, who is our principal, is here talking to my mother.
Yeah. So you make your way to the stage door, the side door, and there's a key code lock. And at
I
first you're
know
like,
it.
oh crap. Yeah, but then you like dig through your memory and it's like, wait a second, San Antonio, yes, I remember.
Yeah.
And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah. You beep the door open and then you certainly slip in. Does anyone else?
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right. So you slip in the door. Nyx escapes from the backpack and then ruins history. This is what it's all about. You brought chaos into the past and destroyed the universe. No, it's fine.
Hey,
It's fine.
cats.
It's fine.
Is it going to be only if it's an alternative universe where cats are the overlords? Then I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Nyx leaps out and goes and plays with a cord and then pulls it out, and that somehow destroys the flow of time. No, it's fine. Yeah. So you are sneaking around backstage. Well, you can hear maybe 30 feet away in a green room, a low conversation between a man and a woman. And you certainly recognize your mother's voice.
Billy, enhance.
Yeah. Let me just patch that in for y'all.
Sure. And you're sure she won't be hurt? It's Mrs. Isaacs. It's new technology, but it's not without its dangers, but we certainly wouldn't have proposed this if we thought that it would harm your daughter.
My God, your mom got you electrocuted. That's messed up.
Yeah, mommy wanted a real superstar.
Sadly, I'm not so.
And then she says, I understand. And I believe you when you say that to fight the threats of the future, we have to have the next generation of heroes. I understand that, but this is my daughter we're talking about.
Fade is gonna go over to Resonance and just kind of like putting an arm around her shoulder.
Okay.
Parental betrayal and all.
I'm kind of going to be like this because Spade doesn't touch me normally and doesn't generally like me. So I'm going to be like,
But you can tell it's sincere.
yeah, that's why it's kind of like a.
And then Tilly makes it a group hug sandwich.
Well, we're all still listening. We're like,
Yeah.
Well, we're
yeah.
also listening to the
And then Mr.
I'm like,
Brown.
don't worry, I'm listening, and I'm patching the conversation over to your headsets. Don't worry about it.
Would hugging her count as a foolhardy action?
No.
So
Well, hold on. What conditions do you have?
Insecure and afraid.
I tell you what. Roll to comfort and support.
Okay.
Even though it's not talking, that's the intent, is to comfort and support.
Yeah, so that is gonna be
Plus mundane.
mundane. 6. 11. Plus mundane. That's gonna be a 13.
Wow. Then yes, you can add team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
I'm a clear condition. I am no longer insecure.
All right, and
Running away is a lot easier than a
Yes.
foolhardy action.
and you Resonance do. I mean, you find it unusual, but you look over at Fate, and Fate is like genuinely expressing sympathy and compassion. So you hear it. This is a chance, if you would like, you can open up a bit about what's going on in your head.
I'm just listening to take it in at first because the last statement didn't sound like my mother.
I know.
So I'm just listening at the moment.
So you can choose it. We'll put put the resolution, because you can't really have a full-on conversation here because you're hiding. Mr. Brown says, it's understandable that you would have cold feet. But as we discussed before, this has to happen. Now is not the time. we have an agreement. And then she raises her voice a little bit and said, I don't care. This is my daughter. She could be hurt. Find someone else. Find someone else who's willing to sacrifice their daughter for this greater good that you keep talking about. Even if it works, it's going to change her life forever. And they continue in that vein. He kind of backpedals a little bit. He tries to argue with her. He brings up, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. He brings up the safety. He brings up the benefits to her and you of allowing the procedure to continue.
Yeah.
And she wavers a bit. And you can tell in the conversation that he really kind of like presses his advantage. Like it's very obvious from listening to him that he is used to talking people down when they get worried, making them feel secure, convincing them to follow the logical path. And then eventually you hear a crash of something hitting the wall. And your mother saying, no, I'm not going to do this to my daughter. Find someone else. And then she storms out. And you have to shrink back into the shadows.
Told you guys we were probably going to have to intervene.
Intervene with what?
We may have to stop your mom from stopping you from getting your powers.
You hear a one-sided conversation. You hear a little beep and a one-sided conversation. This is Brown. She's backed out. I understand that. Yes. Well, we'll have to go with one of the alternates. This won't work unless there's an agreement. No, I understand how the technology works, but everything that comes after needs the mother's participation. All right. Well, get the jet ready. We don't have much time. What happens?
I don't understand though, because it's weird for me that she wouldn't do it. And I would have thought that maybe they just did it anyway. So are you all saying right now that you think in this time that we're in now, if we don't do something and make sure that that accident happens, then
you're going to be in Paris with your Oscar.
It's not bad.
I like it. I mean, I know.
Yeah, but then we never would have been a team.
Not only that,
statue, it's pretty emoji.
We may need to convince your mom to
we do it.
He has the zappy thing. He hasn't left yet.
All we gotta do is get the thing.
I mean,
the main thing for me is my mother cannot see me, because regardless of what time we're in and the fact that I am an older version of myself, a mother will recognize a daughter. Like it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I assess or something to see if this is the same universe or whatever?
You are. Oh, yes. No difficulty. Yes, it's the same universe.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah.
I'm trouble stupid. could be that we're supposed to intervene, and that's what's caused the accident the whole time, which doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever.
It could
Has
just
like
make a
90%
different
of the
page.
things that we've been through made sense. Like, really, this is pretty tame compared to some things.
I mean, it's no alien invasion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alien
my
invasion makes
God,
sense.
clown.
Us traveling back in time to give Resonance her powers doesn't make sense because then we would have had to. The loop doesn't work because
Well, maybe it wasn't a loop. Maybe this time her mom made a decision that was different than the last time.
Wait, do I even have my powers? That's the question.
Yeah, for now.
So can I check that by just
Yeah.
making stuff flick a little bit?
It feels a little.
off.
It feels like you have to dig a little bit harder, but you're not sure if that's just psychosomatic or if it's something else. You don't approach it with the same confidence as you normally do because you're questioning. So you're not sure if whether the difficulty accessing them is just due to the lack of confidence or some other effect.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I do know. What we do know is he's about to get on the plane. We're assuming it's something to do with that briefcase, but I know it's a power surge thing. The accident happens at sound check, not when I'm performing.
Yeah.
So we have until tomorrow.
Oh no! You hear
It's
something.
tonight.
Yeah, because the crowd is here. You hear
Oh.
you hear a PA say, "15 minutes till show, everyone,"
Oh, okay. So we have 15 minutes.
or less,
So, or
because
less.
sound check
All
is,
right.
is shortly before.
Do you want us to
Okay.
do the thing or not?
we have to because she's the one that stops the steel swarm.
Well,
I suggest-
apparently. Okay, go ahead.
But the thing is, this dude apparently knows what's going on in the future, so shouldn't he
Very
have it handled?
well. Someone else stopped the steel swarm because it wasn't a problem when we were just there in the future. They found the alternate. They dealt with it.
For sure. That's definitely what happened.
And it's not the steel swarms in charge of flight tech. It's definitely not that one. Definitely. Yeah, we should probably do the thing. Don't you think, Resonance?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. But are we going to try and
Spade.
convince my
Spade.
mom, or are we just going to steal the briefcase and do it?
I vote steal the briefcase and do it.
Yeah.
Well, I
We
will.
even have to steal the briefcase if you tell the dude to do it and give him consent.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
trying
do
to have
I look like my mom?
I think
That's
you
fun.
can just do it. He clearly knows there's a whole timeline thing going on. If you literally go up to this dude and say, "Hey, I'm Resonance from the future. You need to make sure this happens. I give you my consent. Don't listen to my mom. Just do it."
One piece each for her.
Okay, and then if that doesn't work, then we steal the briefcase and do it ourselves.
Yeah, we could take him on.
We've done it once
Okay,
before.
so plan A is I just go up to Principal Brown.
Yep,
He's
and
not
we're
the
already
principal
walking
yet.
over there because we're running out of time.
Hey, I'm Resonance from the future. Well, you don't know me as Resonance because that's my superhero name that I only get. So
You
I'm
look
Lala.
enough like your younger self that he's gonna recognize you're an older version.
Yeah, just
Okay.
go up there and talk with him. We'll be there to beat him up if it messes up.
Yeah.
Off you go.
I've already beat up the other mantis. I got this.
All right.
Okay.
So you do you all go into the green room where he is?
I feel like the rest of us should
Wait
hang
outside.
around the corner.
Okay. Where you can still
And
listen
just
and
be
intervene
ready.
as needed. All right. So
Yeah.
Residents, you pop into the green room.
Okay, so hi. I don't really have the time for this.
I'm
Because I
good.
know when and where this has to happen. But hey, I'm Lala from the future. I hope you recognize me a little bit, at least. I look a bit different, but older.
He reaches into his coat pocket, and you have
Yeah,
a moment where you're worried that he's playing a gun, but it's some sort of scanning device, and he
Oh,
runs it up and down you. Well, that's very strange.
okay, no
You
time.
can't be
So-
here. This is
Nope. Yep. So here's the thing. I don't know who you were just talking to about picking an alternate, but you need not to. You need to do whatever you're going to do to give me my powers. Because I'm guessing now it wasn't an accident. I was chosen, like that stupid assembly that you're going to do in the future at the school I go to. You're going to be the principal of. But anyway.
Oh, I shouldn't be hearing any of this. Oh, no.
You shouldn't, but I'm stressed. So listen. That accident needs to happen. And I'm giving you the permission to do it. So look, I didn't get my hot chocolate because I got took to the screaming and I was on the floor and now I'm here.
Why don't you, it sounds like you're going through a lot. Why don't you sit down for a second and
I'm okay,
repeat that
right.
for me slowly? So you're Isla from the future.
Yes.
In your future, do you have powers?
Well, I do currently, and then I'll just like make the lights flicker a little bit.
All right.
But before we were brought back here, there was like a different version of me in my universe where it's like this accident never happened and I didn't get powers. But now that I've been brought back here, I'm assuming that I need to be here to make sure that this accident does happen so that it's not that weird version of me, but it's me as who you see before you.
Well, all right.
And don't worry about my mum. She'll get on board with it because as soon as like she realizes it makes me more famous than what I was before, she'll be all for it.
Well, that's not the case, though. We have a
But
problem.
it is, and it will be. What's the problem?
Your mother's participation is critical for this plan to succeed. Our
What do you mean by
goal is not just to give you powers. If we give you powers, I shouldn't even be talking about any of this, but you're from the future? Oh, God. They did not train us for this. Look, we just know things are going to get really hard in the future. There's a certain type of metahuman that travels through time. A few of them have come back and warned us about the future and given us at least some hints of ways to prevent really terrible things from happening. So a division was created to help ensure that plan. And part of that is we need to make sure that certain individuals are set on the right path. Even if we give you powers without your mother's participation, not just permission, but active participation in your training and guidance, that would change everything.
But I'm telling you, she does and will participate.
Not the lady that just stormed out of this room after breaking that mirror. It's been really hard. Most parents are like, as soon as you say we can change your and your kids' future and assure them superhero status and the adoration of the world and a chance to do good, most parents, I mean, half of them are just in it for the patriotism. The other half are, focused on the fame and money. But your mom has been tough since the beginning. I was worried. That's why I'm here. They sent me here because they were worried she wouldn't go through with it. And clearly she's not.
I just pressed my little head PC thing and I'm like, guys.
I have to
Bust through the door.
Go talk to your mom.
Yeah, go talk to your
You
mom.
want me? Okay, so now I'm okay. So I
Yes, except this time get to the point. Don't talk about all the other stuff that's gonna happen.
Just pretend to be baby
very
you.
stressful. Pretend to be baby me.
It's like,
Yeah, just
wow.
feel like, hi, Mom. I want to have superpowers. This nice man told me about it. It'll go great.
Just show her it's going to be fine. You're going to survive it. And you're fine with what happens.
Okay, so now not only am I going to speak, okay, I feel like we're messing with time.
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of are.
We are.
10 minutes to showtime, everyone.
I don't have any other choice, so.
Okay, Mr. Brown. What
I'm
here?
a school principal?
No.
You didn't hear that.
We're getting distracted again.
No. You're doing a great job. As you are. I will be right back. I'd leave. Stay here.
Okay. So what happens?
Guess I go and find my mum. And I know where she'll be because obviously.
Yeah. So there's a couple of frames of Isla moving through the darkened backstage. You know where the dressing room is. You peek your you're standing back a little bit, but you angle yourself so you can see into the slightly open door. And it's a split screen or a split frame. So there's one frame of you watching an interaction happen in real time, and then there's another that is you remembering this night. And it's the same thing, but just from like different perspectives. Like one of the perspectives is in the room interacting with your mother, and the other is watching you and your mother interact from the outside. And it's your mother who has come in just before one of your big performances earlier in your career. And she looks upset. And you ask her, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing. And then she just gives you a big hug. And she says, I'll never let anything happen to you. And you're like, Mom, gross. Right? Like a teenager would. But then, it's a sincere hug. And then you have to, you has to sneak back into the shadows to, as the younger you leaves, to go out for sound check. And then your mother is alone in the dressing room. And she looks herself in the mirror and she kind of like, this is the right decision. And she, tidies up her mascara. What happens?
I'm going to go into the room, but I'd like to bring Tilly with me.
Okay. Then we see a hand reach in the darkness and grab Tilly's shoulder, and then you both get yanked in the room. Yeah.
This is my emotional support robot.
I can be like, hi, I'm me, and this is my friend who's a robot. Okay, so that
She
because
turns around,
I'm a superhero. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You can't be here.
Okay. So I'm gonna go in with Tilly.
Yes.
Is she sitting down?
No, she's standing in front of the mirror. And she probably catches you approaching and then turns around and looks at you. Confused. Because she has like half a second. She doesn't recognize you in half a second.
Isla, what's my last name?
Isaacs.
Okay, I'm gonna hi, Miss Isaacs, I need you to take a seat.
Oh. Are you with the crew?
Please take a seat.
Oh, okay. So she'll sit down.
Okay, so
Is that a robot?
Miss Isaacs. Yes, this is a robot. I would
Cool.
normally refer you to as Mum. I am Isla, Lala, but from the future.
Would you? Would you provoke someone? This is a little bit different, but I just kind of want to see how well.
When you provoke someone to your words, you're trying.
Because you're eventually trying to convince her to believe you and not freak out. So I'm
Okay.
just want to get that as a gauge for how successful you are.
I'm only saying okay because provoke and assess have got a -2 too.
I know, right?
Oh, I rolled a 9. Okay, so that's 7. And then what is it? Superior. Okay, so it's 10.
Oh,
Yay.
okay. Well, great. Um. So, yes.
So at 10 it says choose one.
If they do
Oh,
it
no,
at a team, and if they
both.
don't, they mark a condition. Okay, she is going to mark the condition afraid.
For NPCs on a 10, they rise to the bait and do what you want. I'm doing provoke, right?
Oh, that's right. And she
Yeah,
doesn't
so on a
technically
10,
have,
they rise to
and she
the
doesn't have
bait and
influence
do
over
what
you
want.
anymore, right? In real life.
She's the one adult that doesn't have
That's
influence
right.
over me yet.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I still think that she's afraid, but so she's like maybe too afraid to freak out. So she's just like, what is happening right now?
So I'm your daughter, but from the future. In the future, I have powers, and I'm just gonna do the light thing again, where they just flicker a little bit because I can see she's scared, so I don't want to scare her too much.
Okay.
I have those powers because of an accident that happened at sound check, which is about to happen in a few minutes. I need you to let that happen. I just overheard you having a conversation with that gentleman where you said you weren't going to let it happen and that kind of thing. You weren't going to hurt me, all this thing. I mean, it hurts, but I'm okay, as you can see. But I need you to let it happen because if you don't, I won't exist. I won't have powers. And the world as we know it will completely change. Like, if I could tell you the amount of ways myself and my friends, this is Tilly, by the way, she's lovely, and I have some other friends out in the corridor, have changed and saved the world so many times, I couldn't begin. And I could only do that because I have those powers. So if you don't, I know you're afraid, but I need you to let it happen.
This is incredibly cruel. I understand what you're trying to do. And if you really are some version of my daughter from the future, understand. I don't care. Are you happy in your future?
Yes.
You really are my daughter because I can always tell when you're lying to me.
I mean, like, how do you know that I'm going to be happy if you don't do it? I'm happy with my powers. I'm happy with that part of my life. I'm not happy with certain other parts of my life, no, but I am happy with my powers. I'm happy with how I contribute to society because of my powers. I'm happy that of the joy that I bring to people's lives. I'm happy that I'm able to save people and to make a difference. Those things make me happy, yes.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe you don't need to have your childhood taken away from you to make a difference?
My childhood was already taken away. I was already a major star. I wasn't a normal child.
Yeah, that's why we're going to stop touring.
It doesn't make a difference.
It's not good. It's not good for you.
I'm a teenager. My childhood's gone.
But we can put things right.
This is how you put it right.
Put you into Juilliard like you've always wanted. You can be around creative people like you. You can have a semblance of a normal life.
Creative people like me. I'm around those people. I'm surrounded by people who care about me, who are like me, who make a difference.
What's our relationship like?
Our relationship? Honestly, not great. But that's not because of this. I'm not going to lie to you. Like you said, you're my mother. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not because of this, though. Never because of the accident. It's how you treated me like a product.
So you're expecting me to believe that you came back through time just to convince me to let them experiment on you?
But they don't experiment on me. It's one event that changes the course of my life. There's not continual experiments on me. It's one singular event.
All right. Now
Mum, you made a decision for me when you sent me to an audition for that show.
Yeah.
You made that decision for me. And now I'm asking you to make this decision for me, but I'm telling you that this is what I want. You didn't know that that's what I wanted when I was younger, and you made that decision. And I'm telling you now that this is what I want, and only you have the power to give me that.
All right. So I think I would like you to pierce the mask.
Okay. Okay, Mum. Oh, no, not mundane.
I know, right?
Oh, great. Okay, 8. Mundane. I'm a -1, so it's 7.
All right. You get to ask one question.
How could I get your character to allow me to allow the thing to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. She's different than you remember. I think partly because, I mean, there's pieces of this, but she was treating you at first like a stranger, and she's still a little suspicious, like that this is maybe a trick of some sort. You can just tell by the struggle that she's going under that she really, like that mother protection. Like even if there's a rational reason, like even if she believes what you're saying, that future you would approve, she's really struggling with the protective mom that you later knew to be kind of twisted into stage mom. But it was always kind of there, but it became, I think, less healthy. But what she's ultimately struggling with is guilt. Like in like when you say, you know, you already took me to that first audition, you can see the look on her face. She's struggling as much with the feeling that she has let you down already. So it's more, I'm not going to make another mistake than it is, I'm not going to make this one. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's looking at this as she feels very guilty that she's taken all of this on herself. And she feels like the decisions that she made early on, probably with nothing but good intent, but that the chasing after fame and turning your life into a business was a mistake. And that's what resulted in this ultimatum. And she deeply wants to go back and change things. She wants you to have a normal life, even if that means giving up powers, even if that means giving up fame and stardom and money. So in order to convince her, you will have to find a way of getting through that guilt.
Okay. Okay. Look, I know you're feeling bad about all the decisions you've made and about the fact that, you know, you made those choices that led us down this path, and you're probably thinking that you don't want to make another decision for me that's going to change the course of my life. But what I can tell you is that those two decisions empowered me to have certain controls and privileges in life that I would have never have had you not make those decisions. Like the wealth and thing that we have, for example, I can make a huge difference to people's lives with, and I live a very comfortable life with. I don't want for anything, and I do have my own independence, and people can't control or hurt me, really. You know, as I'm growing and getting older, I am taking more independence for myself and learning who I am as a person, and I have a lot more opportunities because of all these things.
I just don't want to lose you.
You won't.
But you said that we're
That's
not
not going to
close.
happen. No, we're not close at the top right now, because I'm learning who I am as a person and learning who you are. And maybe as well, seeing you go through this struggle has allowed me to see a different side of you.
She will break down a little bit, and she will not quite rush, but like move quickly and hug you. And just keep repeating over and over, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mum, you don't need to be sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. Like, we can talk about this in therapy, like when I'm older. Like,
She'll laugh a little
I
bit.
will gladly work on our relationship with you now that I know that that's something that you actually want deep down, and that you do see me as more of a person than a product, like, clearly. But I do need you to make this decision for me, because Mr. Brown has said that if you are not involved, it won't be the same. So I need you. I need you at this point. I need you to be my mum, and I need you to go look out for me. Nobody else can help me, Mum, only you. So I'm asking you to help.
Yeah. And that's what she needed. Right? She's very confused, but she has someone, especially as she's hugging you and she's like crying, but looking at your face, she's now totally convinced that it's you. And she'll just nod her head.
Thank you. Now I need you to go and get it done.
All right.
Like,
she'll hold on to your hand, squeeze it really, really hard, pull you in for a hug, kiss you, and then put her game face on.
can I give her like a little origami heart that I made out of a post-it note?
Yeah.
That I used to give to her when we were on tour and stuff. Like, that's how we used to send messages to each other. Can I give her one that I like carry in my pocket?
Yeah.
No, it'll break the timeline.
Nope, it's fine.
Oh no! It's not.
You go back to the
same
present.
one.
Dinosaurs rule the earth.
Damn you.
No, it's fine. Yes, 100%. 100%. So she takes it, she holds it to her chest, and then she leaves. What happens?
Well, I would hope that she's heading towards Mr. Brown, so I was like, we should probably follow her.
Okay.
All right. We continue to skulk around in the backstage.
Yes. And indeed, she does go in. And she has, I mean, she's like, I don't like this, but I won't stand in the way. And he says, are you sure? And we have alternatives. She's like, no, I understand. It has to happen this way. And then you'll see him pop out and kind of look around like, but he's just a normal guy. He doesn't have a suit on, so he probably didn't see you skulking in the shadows. And he moves over towards like just behind the back curtain and pulls out this kind of high-tech steampunky looking device and then enters a code, and it begins to whoom, whoom, whoom with energy. What happens?
We're watching.
Gonna
I'm
watch.
gonna go and hold Tilly's hand because it's scary to watch yourself get electrocuted and to know what's about to happen to you.
Yeah. You hear from behind you. No. No, 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 no. And then your mom just starts running. The maternal instinct, she knows her kid's about to be hurt. Like all rationality is gone. So just as young you is stepping up to the mic, test, 1, 2, 3, test, test. Your mom is just rushing. She bursts through the curtain, throws it wide for you all to see. And then young you turns around and starts to say, what's wrong? And then that device arcs energy into your young body. And your mother just breaks down and starts screaming. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry.
I would probably be crying at this point.
Hugs for resonance.
Yes, group hug.
Group hug.
Also trying to like low key keep her from looking. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like turn her around.
Don't look.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back away.
Can I offer you a cuddly cat in this trying time?
I just put my hand in the backpack.
Nick bites
The
it.
claws. Yeah.
Right.
It's like my cat. I used to be, when I was younger, I used to have a cat. And if I got sad, I would sit at the top of the stairs and stroke the cat. And then I'd be like, you're the only one who loves me.
Aw.
You get 2 pets exactly, and then
She'd bite me. And I'd be like, ah, not even you.
Aw.
I remember that happening a couple of times when I was a teenager. Oh, I love cats.
So as you watch and probably and now like alarms have gone off, people are calling the paramedics. As you move away so that you're not discovered, you see your mother cradling your unconscious body, and then you see her open her hand and look down at her hand, and there's that little origami heart. And then a bunch of EMTs rush in, and your vision is obscured. What happens?
So are we stuck here?
Are we stuck here?
I would have thought we would have come back.
It would have been more convenient to go back to the future immediately afterwards. How does this work, Fade?
Yeah, Fade.
Yeah, Fade. How does this work? Did you make that flash of light?
If I did, I
Quick, everybody pester her with questions so she gets overwhelmed and freaks out again.
What could possibly go wrong? Fate is just she's kind of one standing there stunned because that's watching a traumatic event that's not going to have any lingering side effects.
We're all going to be fine.
Compartmentalize.
She'll try to trigger the power, and I'm guessing this is going to be an unleash my powers.
Sure.
So that is going to be roll plus freak. Okay. Oh, my freak is not that great.
What'd you get?
Hang on 1 second. When you have time to. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Nope, that's not gonna do it. All right.
Can I ask? Well,
Yeah.
Zodi works it out. May I please uncheck guilty because I'm pretty sure
Yes.
I made a sacrifice.
100%. 100%. All day long.
I electrocuted.
So I had a 5, and then I got the -1.
Yeah.
Do my conditions affect this?
Yeah. It goes down if you, depending upon the condition you have.
Okay, good. Because this is fantastic. So we're looking at a 2.
Yeah.
So we're not going back to the present, is what you're saying?
Probably not.
Yeah, you're just having, like, you're trying to reach for something. Like, part of you is still grappling with that this is a thing that has happened to you before. At least
I feel
one.
like she's really straining and a little fart comes out.
Right. Yeah, you're having a hard time accessing the power. If only. If only there was some way someone could help.
I was gonna say that's a failure,
ship,
right? So that's
we're in the past.
That's potential for fade because
Yes, that's
she
potential.
leveled up.
Oh, good.
If only you had something.
If only there was a power that someone could copy.
Oh God.
You have choices.
Just side-eye Devin and be like,
Yeah, well, listen,
I've had bad luck copying powers today. I'm not.
Deadlock has you've said compartmentalizing things is very easy, so you should be able to just not be affected by the trauma and just send us back
I'm
to the
not
present.
affected by the trauma, but I couldn't even properly replicate invisibility today. I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, it's like 10 years in the
I
future.
have not been
or
able
5 years in the future.
to replicate a power successfully without it being messed up.
It doesn't sound like you're appropriately compartmentalizing there, Deadlock.
No, but I have the insecure condition marked right now.
Ah. Oh. It sounds like someone needs to comfort and support to give Deadlock their confidence back.
Every time I try to roll to copy a power, I can't even do the simplest thing. It always gets messed up.
I mean, yeah, we've always made it work. Like, it's not like it completely irreparably destroyed everything. We go with it. And we wind up in a different point in time. We figure it out from there. Maybe Fate will finally be able to use her powers correctly. I don't know.
It exploded before. I don't know if copying her power when I can't even do literally invisibility.
You have a
It's a good idea.
cat.
Yeah, does your cat believe in you?
I have a ninja cat who's awesome, and I don't want to.
Tilly, I need you to Photoshop a real quick poster for me and project it.
Hang in there.
Yes.
Yeah,
hang in there poster with a ninja cat.
Throwing ninja stars at someone, yeah.
Deadlock, observe this poster. Do you see how this small cat is hanging in there? You too can hang in there with your amazing abilities that you have. You see, everyone's powers make them unique and special, and it's great that you're able to copy whatever we need at any point of time. I know that sometimes I haven't been able to use my powers effectively, and you've been able to step in with that in those situations. And I'm confident in your ability to step into this situation. It could not be any worse than the situation that we are currently in. I guarantee it.
It could absolutely be worse than the situation we're
Sounds
currently
like a comfort and support to me.
It is comfort and support. Using thermodynamic miracle to use freak instead of mundane, even though they're the same number right now. Uh-oh.
We have
I'm going to use a major boon because we haven't used any of those. I'm going to use a major boon because we have only used one of them.
Use them all.
Okay, well, Fate says I'm going to roll a 2 and a 1 each time, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So that's a 4. It's not very comforting or supportive. The poster isn't even that great of a Photoshop.
Would someone
Maybe
like to spend
try-
team?
Yeah, Fade's gonna step in and step over to Devin and be like, "Look, it takes practice. We get it. We all have our off days, but you're able to copy and mimic my powers,
Which aren't working very well.
right? They're not working very well, and it's because things aren't working well in general. With the powers, I don't know what's going on with them.
Right, the
But-
powers aren't working very well because the powers aren't working very well.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Blame the wibbly wobbly time stuff. But I believe in you. I believe in your ability to be able to replicate my powers. And like they've said, it could get worse. But we gotta try something to see if we can get home.
All right. Does anyone else want to spend team to?
I would like to try a different tactic.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to comfort you, and I'm just gonna turn around and be like, "Look, I need you to do this. I can't be here anymore. I need to get out, and I know you can do this. Like, I believe you can do this, and you know you can do this. You're just in your head right now, and I need you to get out of your head because you are such a powerful person, and you don't even begin to realize how powerful you actually are. Without you, we couldn't have done half the stuff we did. So I need you to do this. Please, I can't be here anymore. I've just seen myself electrocuted on stage. I need to get out of this timeline. Please."
We'll say that's sufficient to kick it up to a 7. So go ahead.
I could be a real shit right now and use my delinquent power and knock that down if I wanted
This
to.
isn't
but-
influence.
No, it's
Oh, you can resist.
very contrary. When someone tries to pierce your mask, comfort or support
Got
you
it.
or provoke you, you can
Well-
interfere.
That's fine, but you're not going to.
No, I'm not going to.
All right. So yes, you are comforted and supported enough that, assuming you choose to take the action to unleash your powers, you may remove insecure.
Fine, whatever. I'm not the leader. I don't want to risk it. Whatever.
Well, I'm asking you to lead us right now into a different timeline.
Yes.
Okay, well, 3, 2. I'm pretty sure that's a 6 total, so I might need to use.
We got minor boons. Or a major if you want to reroll.
Is that a DM prompt to reroll?
No, I'm just saying you have choices.
I'll just bump it up to a 7
Okay, cool.
because I have not had great luck rolling, so I don't want to.
Awesome. You do it. What condition do you mark?
Oh, it's not going to work perfectly. So after all that, we believe in you to be able to do this, and then it doesn't work like I thought it wasn't going to. I'm going to keep insecure.
Okay. Okay.
No, you know what? I'm going to do angry.
Okay.
I told you that.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yes. Well, you've witnessed the power. You know what it feels like. And so you do that thing that you do that's very unconscious. You synchronize in some metaphysical way with fate. And you get little glimpses of or little tiny experiences of like starting to hear people's voices, and like suddenly all your friends saying you can do it becomes louder because you're hearing what they're thinking as well as what they're saying. You're slightly overwhelmed by the emotional scene on the stage, and then you clamp down with that. You dig a little bit deeper, and then a few loose items begin to lift into the air as you kind of dig through the telekinesis powers. And for the first time that you've ever attempted to synchronize with Faith, you can tell there is something else there. It occurs to you almost like a rapidly spinning object, like as you're visualizing it in your head, like a little spinning ball of energy, sending off like little forks of lightning. You're not sure what it is or what it means, but you know that this is something different. And just kind of in that mental space, you reach out and grab it. As you do, everyone witnesses this slow glow kind of surround Deadlock and shudder a little bit, like it, and then it starts to sink back in, and then you can see Deadlock bear down even harder and concentrate even more, and then it just grows and grows and grows. It's not a wave. It's more like a slow growing light until it gets so bright that you can't look anymore, and you kind of close your eyes and flinch a little bit, but then there's that similar moment of disorientation and extreme cold, and a sense of falling, and since a cracking sound and some rustling as you all fall into a park. All of you except Deadlock. Deadlock, you wake up angry, kind of kicking your sheets off. It's hot. It's like, why is it so hot? It's because Sam has crawled into bed with you in the night, like she often does. And she's like splayed on top of you, and she's like hot and sticky. And you're like, get off me. So yes, Deadlock, Devin, you awaken in your childhood bedroom with your sister. And I think that's what we'll stop for today. Good job. You traveled through time.
Oh, good.
It worked.
We're never going to see Devin again. We'll be like, come back to the future, and Devin will be like, absolutely not.
So, yes, bro, Gullet. Nix is fine.
Imagine if I'd just gone, yeah, I'm okay with it.
And
I'm
then-
going to live in Paris.
Yeah,
Go.
and then you'll be stuck in the sort of 80s-ish, which is fine. So yes, we will pick up with the next session, delving into the backstory / origin story of another one of our teenage superheroes. If you're not picking up on a theme, it should now be apparent how this issue is going to run.
Everyone loves a good theme.
Yeah. So cool. Well, awesome. Well, thanks everyone for playing and for joining us. We're glad to be back, or I'm glad to be back anyway. I'm sure that the characters love trauma and emotionality so much. So awesome. This time, let's say goodbye and let everyone know who you are and what's happening next. This time we'll start with SJ.
Okay, I'm SJ or SJ_sidekick. I don't stream, but I'm on here a lot. Yeah, that's about it. SJ sidekick everywhere.
End of session.
Into session
Oh, end of
questions.
session.
And don't forget Teen Magic Academy.
I don't know when that's happening.
We don't have a
The
schedule yet, but it's coming. Because you also
Yeah,
run
it's-
Teen Magic Academy, which is not
Yeah, I do
actually
also.
related in any way. The names are similar.
No, I just wanted to make Zero's life harder.
Okay.
Make things more confusing.
Yes.
Okay.
In theory, I think we have those scheduled for the 9th and 16th.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, Thursday. And then the following Thursday.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you guys will get to see Phineas bother Tim more. All right. End of session question.
Closer to, further away, or
Ah.
more into your vision of yourself.
Closer to Nyx.
Nyx is part of the team.
Cool. Well, Nyx made me feel welcome. So
Okay.
I will give influence to Nyx.
Cool. Nyx will take it. And then we'll probably use it to bite your nose while you're asleep. All right. Fade. Zodi.
Let's see. I would like to say I grew closer to the team in trying to be more supportive while also simultaneously losing my everything. But trying to be comfort and supportive and welcoming to everybody. And I'm looking forward to what is happening. The original Zodi. I don't stream. I gave up that dream. I have 2 children. They run everything. So yeah, Rachie.
I'm Rach H. And I'm here. Currently, I'm a professional lurker in people's streams. That's how I am Twitch right now. I will get back to streaming at some point. This wall will have some wallpaper on it at some point. When that happens, who knows? My end of session questions. I would say I grew into the image of myself. Because I had to explain myself a lot, and I had to reflect on who I was as a person and how I ended up being who I was and why. So yeah, I would say that. So I'm going to shift some labels. I'm thinking I'm probably going to move savior up, because obviously I had to explain to my mum how I saved with my team, like the world a lot, and had to and maybe that actually made me realize myself what good we've actually done. So I'm wondering whether to move freak lower or danger. I think I felt less, maybe I'm more in control of myself, so I feel less dangerous.
Yep.
So these are not good, not a good spread, but that's what we have now.
Awesome.
So over to Misha. Yes, I pointed the right way.
Right. I am Misha_lesson3 or at Misha Wea on Twitter or Tumblr. You can also see all of the fan art that I and some others have done on cpluscomics.tumblr.com. But we usually also post those in the fan art channel on Discord. And I will be in both Teen Magic Academy stuff on the upcoming Thursdays, and also this will be continuing on the 12th and 26th. And hopefully somewhere in between there we'll have some Fate Brigade starting up as well, so even more masks things.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I go through and I schedule everything that I'm in.
Yes.
So at any rate, for the end of session for Tilder, I feel like she's grown closer to the team. She's giving people hugs. She's commiserating about horrible nightmares of things that definitely didn't happen. It's not real, and we're fine. Everything's fine.
Alien trinkets.
Alien trinkets, lovely. They're great. We do love those things. Yeah, so I guess someone gets influence. Let's see. You know what? We should give it to Spectre. I got a lot of alien trinkets, and they're very nice.
You guys were together in that dream that you remember.
Yeah, we shared a dream experience. It was a lot of bonding in there, especially the part where she also almost died, was in the process of dying.
Yeah, good times.
And then time stopped, and it was definitely just a dream.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Cool. I think I already have influence, so I think I gotta shift your labels. Sweet.
Do you have influence? Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
you do.
I have influence
course
over
you do.
all y'all. I don't know.
You do.
Yeah, I got Tilly, Deadlock, Res, and Fade. Yeah. I think I see Tilly as a bit more of a hero, so a little more savior, because she was kind of coming in and bringing us all together as she do. And then less dangerous. So I don't see Tilly as a threat.
Yeah, reverse my awkward
Right.
Yeah.
my awkward time earlier. It's fine.
So yeah, danger down, Seder up.
Awesome. Cool. Well, awesome. Well, thanks everyone for
Wait, no, Spectre
Wait,
needs to
hang
go.
on.
She
Spectre.
hopped in.
Oh, that's right.
Hi, I'm here too.
That's right. Do your thing.
I am. Yep.
The only one of us that actually streams right now. It's like, bye.
So,
All right.
okay, we're done then. Yeah, I am 90 Tough Love or Tough Torpleton, some other variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I am actually streaming again. I have internet. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So, but I will be doing some scary games tomorrow, probably playing some Resident Evil, maybe some Phasmo if I can get people to play. And then I will be back here for Teen Justice Academy. I'll be around for Fate Brigade and all that good stuff. I've been playing Spectre. I think Spectre has grown more into her own image because she kind of called it on the like, we're gonna have to interview you thing, and like she's trying to just be the person that she wants to be and be kind to her friends and show that she appreciates them and doesn't want to lose them again. So I think that my mundane goes up and superior probably goes down.
Okay.
So
Cool. All right. Well, now. Oh yeah, I'm zero. Thanks everyone for playing. Thanks everyone for showing up and watching. Thanks everyone for watching on YouTube later, where this will appear on the cpluscontent.tv channel. You've heard about some of our upcoming dates and some of our other streamer friends and when they're going to be online. So definitely go check those out on the Twitch. We are live.cpluscontent.tv on Twitch. And you can always come and hang out with us at community.cpluscontent.tv, which is our Discord server, where there's lots of pictures of like dice and memes and comics and things like that. And do go check out cpluscomics.tumblr.com. Is that right? Something like that as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
So lots of cool stuff to check out with, and lots of episodes. If this is your first time with the Teen Justice Academy, there's a whole backstory all captured for posterity in the Teen Justice Academy playlist on our YouTube channel. So go check that out. You have a week until we come back to get caught up on the entire backstory. So now you'll know what's happening. We should, in the meantime, go hang out with somebody. And I think that should be Meg. Because we all love Meg. Who is the American Rachie H.
Yeah, she's my American alter ego.
Yes.
Both teachers, both redheads, both got curly hair.
Exactly. So awesome. Cool. Well, it looks like the raid is working. Would someone drop in the raid calls? Cool. Thank you. So grab the one with the pictures if you're a sub and the one with the words if you aren't. Drop those in. Let Meg know that we are here and that we adore her. And we will see you all again soon. All right. Bye, everybody.